It's just gonna restart the whole thing.
No. Anyway, welcome back in, everyone. What happened last time? Clink.
I don't know. You cancelled the recording and started again.
No, I didn't. This is the first time we've done this. What happened last time?
So I pissed on stream.
Archaeology. Bad. Found sword. Sword scared. Dead man in box. Plague. And lift face in dirt.
And
Big
face
truck.
in dirt.
Hate my wife.
Second truck. Love Christ.
That was the very Cliff Notes version.
Hi. We rejoin. You're on the street as it is getting later in the evening. The sun is almost setting. Anlinth has just vomited up black substance and collapsed on the floor.
Anlinth! I kneel down and, check her.
You want to roll on medicine?
I'll roll your medicine. Let's see. Cheery, is there a noise canceller on?
Is it?
Am
I don't know.
the one who can't hear that?
I can hear it.
I guess I'm the only one that can't hear what y'all are on
Orcs don't
about.
have ears.
I do have what?
They do. They just don't have earlobes. They have
yeah,
little holes instead.
Okay, it sounds
You
better
can't check Anlin's heartbeat, really?
It was the AC.
now. Gotcha. That is a 9 on the medicine check.
Well, there's no heartbeat.
Well, you
Oh
know.
no, she's dead.
Well, I already knew that. So. Heart's still not beating, so that's a good sign.
I
can I
rest
check,
the crew
is she-
except for Anlinth. Can I get a Constitution check?
Yeah.
I forget, check or saving throw.
You're right. Can I get a Constitution
where'd my
saving throw?
Where'd my sheets go?
In fact, can I get a Constitution check from Glean and saving throws from Utah? Thanks, babes.
It's the same either way for me because they're both at the +0, so I've got a 9.
I got an
One
18.
second.
Okay.
I apparently lost all my tabs.
How do you lose a tab?
I don't know. Maybe they didn't. Usually they're supposed to automatically pop back up where they were whenever I restart my PC, but I guess it didn't do it this time.
Clink, you're starting to feel very tight of chest. Breathing is getting a little bit trickier.
I got a 23.
Yeah, you're fine.
That was a save that you wanted from me, right?
No, just a check.
Oh, check, then it would be an 18.
Yeah, you're fine.
You have advantage on con saves?
He's a
yeah.
PC.
Or proficiency, I should say.
I have a +5 for my saving throws.
Gotcha.
Lucky.
I have +7 for my wisdom as well.
Okay. Do I notice that Clink is having some issues?
I think you probably hear the breathing getting worse.
All right. Atlas collapsed. Clink's showing symptoms that I was coughing earlier. I think all three of us are sick. Glenn, you seem okay.
I'm not here.
Aren't you?
I never left the health clinic.
Oh shit, he never left the health clinic.
I thought we were regrouped.
I was making a cure.
I'm pretty sure we said the doctors would they followed that and sort of started making some more.
I guess I am. Yeah. Whatever has inflicted you has not seemed to take grasp for me.
I think we brought the plague here.
That smoke.
Yeah, from the moss. Moss? Vines? What were they?
Moss.
Moss. Okay. See, I thought this was all bullshit, just judging by what the mayor was saying, but how did they know that we would bring this back?
Yes,
Maybe it was a
they said
plan.
this was like, they said this was two days ago.
All right, take it easy, Clink.
So immersive.
It's called roleplay.
And also,
And also, my lungs are falling out.
Okay. Glenn, have you made any progress on studying this?
Some. I was able to synthesize a powder that if you inhale and coat your lungs with it, it'll stop the coughing.
Do you have any avail on you right now, or should we go to the clinic?
All of it's at the clinic.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up Anlith.
Okay.
Let's go.
Alright, you guys make your way back to the clinic. They've had their last sort of like boxes coming through and crates and beds and stuff. They have a lot of space ready. They sort of recognize Glean coming back through the doctors, and they just sort of nod as they're sort of like overseeing, sort of like getting some medical supplies out.
For powder.
Powder over there on the counter.
Somebody open her mouth.
I'll open up Anlith's mouth.
I'm going to take like 2 big handfuls, like cupped together, and I'm just gonna blow the dust in her face.
Yeah, okay.
Could I do a medicine check with that, I suppose?
Yes, and I'll let you do it with advantage.
Very nice. That is going to be a 19.
Okay. The previous terrible breathing sounds coming from Anlin seem to calm down. Anlin, you could go ahead and roll me a constitution, see if you're coming back to it.
Okay.
We'll do
That's a
check.
nat 20.
Oh yeah, you're like springing away.
Where's the light? Oh, it's not catching up. I'm making breathing noises. You couldn't hear me. Where am I?
You're at the clinic.
Oh. Well, I'm glad you set up a clinic.
You collapsed. Do you remember anything?
I remember walking down the road. I remember I was going to tell you guys something, and then I remember coughing. I saw black stuff on my hands, and then it kind of all went black. But that reminds me. I think I know what our little plague is.
What is it?
When I was in the other dimension, when I looked outside the temple, it was pure pitch black. Which, as you know, I have dark vision. That wasn't darkness. That was all the spores that had been made for who knows how long. And we took down the barrier between dimensions, I'm guessing.
Only briefly, and it started all this.
Can you carry it, Glean?
Working on it. At the moment, it seems like the powder that I made only stunts the symptoms. It does not cure it.
Alright. Well, we need Glean to keep as many people alive. I think I have a plan. Can I commune with my sword?
Always.
Alright, well, I'm going to throw a little plan at the sword. I'm gonna be like, alright, you want to trick a spy?
How so?
God, can I have the name of the sword Clink has? I don't think we have it typed out anywhere.
That's because it didn't it didn't remember its old name properly, so we haven't given it a name yet.
Okay. So, can you take the form of the scared sword?
Are you sure I got a good look at it?
Oh, most definitely. It was in our hands after all.
I think Atira's being eaten.
Dear, are you being eaten?
Am I being eaten? By what?
I don't know.
Your microphone.
What?
Oh, hold on.
It just
It's
sounds like
okay.
you're being mauled by several werewolves.
Again, I don't hear that.
What the fuck?
Mauled by several werewolves. What the fuck? Wow.
Not even sharing. Damn.
I think a cable got loose.
Okay.
Okay, we should be good now.
Yeah. So I can change my sword's form.
Mhm.
Did I study the blade? Do I remember enough of the blade to get pretty good? I don't even know what kind of check this would be. History?
Yeah, sure.
Alright. Let's see how well I can mimic. Okay, I got an 18 plus 9. So that's a 27.
Yeah, you remember enough details that you're able to sort of like form the blade together.
Alright. I have a plan. I only need every one of you to trust me on this. Glean, can I have just a small pouch of powder to go?
Sure.
Alright. Atera, you need to stay with Glean. Just in case, to make sure he stays safe. He has support just in case he starts feeling symptoms as well.
Got it.
Clink, I'm going to go back to the temple. You can stay with them, but find a spot where you can split off and follow me there. I'm going to try to draw out our spy with this, and I'm going to show off the sword.
First, can I have some of that spicy powder?
Sure. Yes.
I always thought it would be more like menthol.
Menthol spicy.
Oh, okay.
Meat bird.
Uppers can't taste spicy. Don't have like the taste buds for
Like
it.
some ginseng, some desert sage, some mint.
Would it be
What
more
about it
efficient
works?
if you used it in a tea? Or would it make it worse because of the heat?
Well, an herbalism kit is like a mortar and pestle, so I just worked with what I had.
And considering it's meant to coat the lungs, I don't think unless you want to inhale the tea,
Oh, fair enough.
that might be a bad idea. You might start drowning instead of coughing.
Alright. Alright. If she doesn't follow me, or doesn't follow me, I'm going to walk back to town in an hour. I'm going to get up. How am I feeling if I sit up and stand up?
There is still a tightness in your chest and still a kind of shortness of breath, but it's being massively eased.
Okay. Alright. I am... Did I take any damage from falling over?
Nothing that the short rest that you had probably
Okay.
didn't fix.
I'm going to cast Aid on myself so I can get 10 temp HP.
Okay.
No, wait. I think it's 5 temp HP. 5... Yeah, 5 temp. Okay. Alright, and then I might as well just cast a motivational speech as well while I'm here for another 5. So it does come out to 10. So you guys all get... Does Aid multi-target again? Okay, yeah. So everyone gets 10 temporary HP.
Yippee!
I'm going
We don't
to...
even have to be in close proximity.
No, motivational speech lasts an hour and Aid lasts 8 hours.
Okay. And we did we short rest? I forgot.
Does that count as a short rest?
Well, I don't remember if we did or not.
Why not?
What?
If we did, I'm definitely back up to full health.
Okay, why not? Okay. So I'll hand you out each an inspiration while we're here. An inspiration die.
Which is different from the inspiration die.
Yeah. So I'm just going to be like, oh, and Clink. Elves are really perceptive, but I trust you'll have your tricks ready. I'm going to try to. If she thinks I'm alone, she's going to probably get cocky and try to. I could probably get information out of her. Alright, and then I guess I'm off. Is there anyone of note in the infirmary right now?
Aside from the doctors and patients, not really.
Okay. Off I go.
Alright, you're making a journey back to the cave.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And my sword is going to be out on my hip. Full display. I'm not being stealthy about it at all.
Okay. After a while, Glean, I get a perceptione from you.
Up, just a flat. And then 8.
Okay. Never mind. But yeah, no, like, you continue on down the beach, Anlin, and Clink, you eventually follow.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
You get back.
Probably doing the full-on rogue thing of sneaking somewhere, casting invisibility, and then jumping up on top of the roofs and just like sneaking along the roofs
Mm-hmm.
out of sight. Double out of sight because of the invisibility.
You guys both get back to the cave. And both get back to the ruins. And they,
Well, I didn't want to go all the way into the cave, but are we doing that?
okay, you're in at least like Smuggler's Den area, sort of.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's no one around. They haven't even replaced like the guard or anything.
Okay. I'm going to wait 15 to 30 minutes, just kind of like outside, out in the open with the sword sticking out.
You wait, and really the only sort of like sounds that you hear are just sort of. You can roll a perception if you want.
That is going to be 19.
You are pretty sure the only thing that's sort of tailing you out here is Clink.
Well, might as well walk back to town then.
It's a pretty short walk back, but yeah, there is there doesn't seem to be anyone around outside of sort of town or in the surrounding areas. Seems like most people have also just like shut up indoors.
Has there been any ships that have left recently? Like from when I was last in... From I guess when I was when I was last conscious, like before we went into the fishmonger's place, were there any... all the ships that are there still there?
You can roll me a history check.
Roll a history check. Alright,
Well,
that is another
redo.
19.
You remember all of the ships. They've been sort of like grounded at port. They've got guards patrolling, making sure no one leaves.
Okay. I need to find the archaeologists.
What's everyone else up to during this?
I'm still working on synthesizing a permanent cure.
Captain
I'm just
Nature.
kind of keeping watch, keeping an eye out, making sure I'm helping out where I'm needed.
I'm gonna go with the Occam's razor approach, where the simplest explanation is usually the right one. And the reason why I haven't been infected or I'm not showing symptoms is either I am a carrier, or because of my grung physiology making me immune to poison damage, I just have disease resistance.
What's
So I think
Oh, no, go ahead.
I think I'm gonna do like a medicine check and like compare like a sample of my blood with like an infected person's blood just to see if the disease is present in both samples.
I'd really like you to roll me a nature check too.
Okay,
And then
I'll do this.
what's best Burb up to? Still tailing?
Best still tailing.
Sticking to the shadows.
Okay, so nature check was actually pretty bad. It was a 10.
Okay.
Medicine check, however, is going to be a that is a 23.
Don't forget you've got the inspiration die.
I
And
don't want
the
to use it right now.
inspiration die.
Oh,
You have
yeah,
the
don't-
reroll
don't have
and the
to use it
D8.
yet.
Okay. You sort of like check out your blood versus like someone else's blood, was it?
Yeah,
Who else's blood?
I'm assuming somebody's infected in here, right? Actually, you know what? Atira's with me, right?
Yep.
I'll test your blood.
Okay. Sure.
You got a 23, right?
Yeah, 23 on medicine, but 10 on nature.
Okay. There's a lot going on with Atira's blood. For a start. It seems just brighter than yours in general. A more vibrant red. You can spot under very, very close examination. There are tiny little black specks in it. Which yours does not have.
The spores have made their way into your bloodstream.
Okay. What does that mean?
It means this isn't an airborne disease like I thought. Or at least it mutates very quickly once it goes in the body.
Is there anything we can do about it?
I'm gonna have to work fast. If this disease mutates this quickly, it will be very difficult for me to synthesize a cure.
What do you need me to do?
Are you willing to be my guinea pig?
Sure. I mean, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die if I don't, and everyone else will too. So.
Alright, we're gonna do the first test. I'm gonna take the medicine powder and I'm going to mix it with my own blood and I'm going to inject it into you.
Okay.
Oh man, you're up some mad science.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying.
I got by the way, if you want to make that a medicine check, I got a 25 on that.
I mean, you certainly get a needle in there and into the blood properly. It doesn't seem to have an effect, though. Or at least
Fair
not
enough.
an immediate effect. And if you're still
It's gonna take more research.
you're still out searching for the archaeologists, right?
Yeah.
You can have a little investigation.
Alright, I'm investigating. That is an 18.
It takes quite a while. They're not at the tavern. The tavern's closed. So you eventually check back down on the docks where you first sort of spotted them sort of leaving the ship. There's a guard posted outside of their ship. And he just sort of waves as you come over. He's like, oi, oi. No ships will be leaving from here.
Don't plan on leaving, just plan on visiting my friends.
Good, good. Well, they've been very adamant that they're not taking visitors right now.
Well, I'm part of they, so I think they can take time, and I'm just going to flash that I have the same symbol they do.
Just gonna flash him.
No, fuck off, Queen.
You could roll me a persuasion with advantage.
That is 18 plus 8, 26.
The guard just sort of shrugs and just steps out of your way. The gangplank for the ship is down. She's like, well, it's none of my business.
Alright. Onto the ship I go.
Yeah, you head up to the ship. They've got a much smaller vessel than yours, but the interior cabin is more like a sort of like joint office.
Okay.
And like one of them looks up as you sort of like walk on in, and they just sort of like, what are you doing here?
I've come to
You might be infected.
multiple
Get
reasons.
back. I've heard how these things spread.
Oh, that is probably only the third most likely thing to kill you. So can you listen to my warning, please?
Very
I
well.
need information.
All right, if it'll get you out of our hair. Be no disrespect, I just don't want to get sick.
Has there been attacks on any of you?
No. Been perfectly safe ever since we landed. But I did notice my spyglass had gone missing. I assume the local riffraff had pilfered it from me.
Unfortunate. The guard that was protecting the dig site was killed,
Yes,
and
I
there was
heard.
a CL symbol next to his body, or not far from it.
Afraid I don't know much about the elves.
I'll give you the quick rundown. There's a group called the Fanatics who are very extremist in their ways and views. I have reasons to believe the Fishmonger is one of them and has been acting as a spy.
Well, we haven't seen any hair of a sea elf aside from you since coming here.
Any chance you saw a more elfy one? Just out of like the corner of your eye? Any information could help. And also, if you do see her, do your best not to get stabbed.
They just sort of like look from one to the other and just sort of like shrug and shake their heads and are like, no, haven't seen anyone but you, I'm afraid.
Well, stay safe. Can I leave like half the dust? One of the a druid and the doctors came up with this to help.
Well, thank you very much. Is it tea?
No, you just inhale the powder. It's not very pleasant, but it's more pleasant than the alternative.
Very, very, very thoughtful of you. Now, I don't mean to say this with any offense, but please do vacate the ship.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
let's see. If anyone knows, I guess I have to like ask like one of the guard captains. See if I can find a guard captain and ask them.
Okay, while that's going on, hey Gleam, can I have another little nature from you?
That is a 21.
You spot as a leaf falls down from the tree on your head. There's not really a breeze in this room, but it sort of floats out of the door anyway.
I'm gonna follow that leaf.
You know, follow it?
I'm also gonna check in with the guy upstairs. How you doing?
That was weird.
Happened.
It got pulled off.
What pulled it off?
Grandmother.
Your grandmother pulled it off?
Not mine.
Mine?
All plants. Are you still following the leaf?
Yes.
You become very aware that this thing is taking a really, really obscure route. And it's not being carried by gusts of wind at all. It just like turns a corner and then turns another. And
Grandmother.
finally it just sort of like turns and lands in the basket that's being carried by just this sort of like sweetly smiling old lady who's like, "Oh, hello, dear. Would you care for an
Chauncey?
apple?"
I'm just gonna try to make a religion check. Is this Chauncey?
You can do a little religion check.
Natural 20.
You know it in your heart.
We're in trouble, Chauncey.
I know, dear. I
I'm
know.
speaking Druidic.
She's speaking common to you, regardless.
Yeah.
And she sort of like just places a sort of like old hand on your shoulder and gently pats you and goes, "This business with the plague, it's very terrible.
Yes.
That's of course why I've come, you see. This plague, it's not right. And to think it's caused by
Me.
dear, dear plants. Oh, don't blame yourself. This was bound to get out eventually. Especially with, well, so much of it building up in one place. But listen, sweet Glean. There is something I can offer you. In order to help you through this. North of town, you listen to me, son. There is a little
I
bit
am
of a
listening.
forest area. It's quite nice. It's by a river. A very lovely spot. In there, you'll find a fairy circle. And if you step through it, be sure to look out for blue seaweed. That should help you out.
Glinton's heart sinks at the aspect of having the ability to go back to the Feywild. But he does nod his head.
Now, do take care of yourself. And she just like puts an apple in your hands.
I'm not gonna eat this apple. I'm gonna keep it close. Maybe I'll wrap it in like moss and just have it like kind of with me
Farewell, good druid.
on my person.
And then she just like leaning on a cane just starts like hobbling away. Atira and Clink. What are we up to?
I feel like I would still be going and trying to like suss out the mayor because there's no way in hell you could have known like what the hell was about to happen.
You're heading to the mayor's office.
I'm gonna try to covertly make my way that way.
Okay.
Like try not to draw too much suspicion and like just keep an eye out on things.
Clink, what's going on with you? You still doing the rooftops?
Yeah, I would have still been tailing Andlinth.
I'll say from up there
Did you
you can
have- did you-
probably see like both the captain and Andlinth heading around in different sort of like spots. Aside from them, no, it's just sort of like guards that are patrolling the streets. But yeah, if you if you two Aetira and Enlint would like to roll like little investigations to see if you find what you're looking for.
Sure.
All right. That is a 19.
Ooh.
Uh,
That's a 15.
okay,
Do a tarot first.
alrighty.
I mean, my breakfast.
You you eventually do sort of like stumble across the mayor's sort of like office. It's a nice, tall, sort of like much more well built sort of building at the center of town, and there's just a there's a very nice sort of smiling dwarf sat behind the counter out front, who's like, how can I help you? The mayor is not currently taking visitors.
I'm just new in town and looking around.
Oh, I see. Very well. I would say you've come to our town in a very difficult time, unfortunately.
It seems so.
Yes, unfortunately, this whole plague business. We don't usually get sicknesses such as that, especially not here. The hot weather usually deals with them, I've been told.
Has the weather been strange lately?
Oh no, they're very typical summer here.
Okay. So this is a thing that happens regularly. Like this just kind of happens every now and then.
What plagues?
This plague.
Not like this, I suppose. I mean, the usual sicknesses we get are sailor's cough. From time to time, we've had a couple of outbreaks of livestock-related sicknesses in the past. Those are very easy to deal with. Good rest, good fruit. Burning the sick cattle. It's very simple, but haven't had a large outbreak like this before. Called its black lung.
Like this one hasn't hit before.
Not in my lifetime.
Have you met anyone who was infected?
Not yet. I have reason to believe that a ship docked a while back with a couple of infected crew aboard.
And what ship would that be?
Did I think about it? I wasn't told, but even if I was, that information is confidential to harbor masters and the mayor, and I suppose if I did hear it, I couldn't tell you.
Is there anybody who could?
I suppose the mayor himself, but he's very adamant that he doesn't want any visitors.
Did he tell you why?
But he doesn't want to get sick.
What if I told you he wouldn't get sick?
Well, how so?
What if the plague isn't real? I mean, if you haven't seen any evidence supporting it and it's just the mayor's word, why would you believe him?
Do you have reason to believe that this is a fabricated plague?
I do.
Persuade me.
So
Seduce me.
No, use a persuasion check.
Wouldn't that be deception?
Take that funny
Oh, yeah, wouldn't that be
rounded like thing
deception?
in your pocket and roll it.
Atira is of the mind that the plague that the mayor has declared is bullshit, separate from what we brought back. Because there's no way they didn't even know we were here. How could they know we would have brought a plague back?
They declared a pandemic ahead of the plague even hitting.
Exactly. And then they're also saying that a ship brought it when, like, the only ships that have come in, to my knowledge, have been us and the scholars, or the archaeologists. And I guess, did that Imperial ship dock too? I forget.
It did dock.
Okay, so those three ships, we know, unless that Imperial crew is infected, therefore we probably are too. But then again, we already know that it's the spores that got us sick, not whatever plague the mayor's talking about. So, whatever the mayor's talking about is still bullshit in Tira's mind.
Okay. Yeah, you can roll persuasion then. It's not a deception in that case.
Okay. And in hindsight, I probably should have just taken a deception because I'm better at that.
What?
Oopsie.
Never mind, it's a dirty 20.
He sort of like nods and stands up and is like, "Huh, suppose it is time to stretch my legs," and then sort of like gestures towards the door at the back.
Enjoy your walk, sir.
He just sort of like nods and smiles and goes out for a little stroll.
Alright, I approach the door.
You push on through, and there is a well-dressed, like late middle-aged man, sort of like sat behind a desk, sort of like looking up at you with a furrowed brow as you enter, and it's just like, I thought I said no visitors.
I locked the door behind me.
What's the meaning of this?
Oh, nothing, Mr. Mayor. I'm just looking for a little information.
Guards! Guards!
There's no one here.
The dogs. Damn it.
Let's have a little chat, shall we?
What do you want?
I pull up a chair.
The
what's
less
the
I
deal
have
with
to
this
talk
plague?
to you, the better.
What's the deal with this plague?
He pulls out a letter which has like very fine handwriting on it, and at the top a very sort of like posh sort of like shield crest insignia. This today from the capital.
Can I read it?
Yeah. It says, attention to the master of this port. You are to lock down any and all exits to your port right now. We have sufficient reason to believe that a plague-ridden ship has docked here recently, and to curb the infection further into our colonies, you are to essentially just seal off the town.
Fuck.
And it is signed by His Royal Majesty.
His Royal Majesty the Emperor, or
His Royal Majesty, Magistry,
Registry.
Prince
Registry.
Edward, it says.
Oh,
okay.
Not one of ours.
Oh no.
Not
It's
one of
him.
ours. Not one of ours.
Prince Philip.
Not one of ours.
Now, Mr. Mayor, I have a question for you.
Yes?
Have you left your office since you received this letter?
Of course not. I don't want to get sick.
What if I told you that there's nobody outside sick from this supposed plague?
Go on.
This letter was given to you preemptively, saying that a plague-ridden ship would be coming in.
Yes.
Why would the Empire not deal with the ship while it was still out at sea before it can get into port?
I just assumed they didn't have a fleet in the area.
But an Imperial ship just docked yesterday.
We're not under Imperial law, and they have no right to police our waters. They're just allowed to check cargo at the moment.
Well, it seems to be one and the same to them.
That's not something I've heard of.
I just came in and ran into the captain of said Imperial ship, and they sure act like a police force.
They are allowed to stop and search ships, as is the treaty.
And do what with that information?
Well, the treaty's rather new to me, so let me just, he just, like, shuffle some papers around. Under seizure of any materials deemed heretical due to the Frost Empire, they are allowed to detain any heretical subjects, but they are not allowed to start direct conflicts.
How can you detain without starting a conflict?
I do believe that is phrased to mean violence.
Either way, I think this lockdown is bogus.
We shall see. There's no harm in waiting a day or two.
I suppose not. Have you had this? Letter verified with the notary at all?
No.
Is there one in town?
That I can think of, no.
Cheaper, like, not that I would be an expert on this. Can I look closer at the letter?
You can have a little investigation.
Okay.
You did make fake documents with Anlin once or twice.
I
You
did do that,
also
didn't I?
happen to have a forger on board your ship.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm gonna take that back. Mr. Mayor, if you don't mind, I do have those who are specialized in this sort of thing in my crew. Would you mind if I took this letter back with me?
The hell?
You wouldn't happen to be the suspect involved in the case of one private who was found dead at the local smuggler's cave, would you?
Suspect. There's an investigation.
There is an ongoing investigation. They're currently, I believe, performing the autopsy.
Well, I promise you this. The archaeologist in my crew went into the cave. Me and the rest of my crew with them. And when we came back out, the guard was dead. We didn't see what happened. We were not involved.
That has yet to be determined. Regardless, lockdown or not, you and your crew will not be leaving this town.
We have no intention to yet.
Very good. As for the
Again.
letter, I suppose I can't part with it. This is the only document which gives me the authority to lock down a town. If you do have someone you would like to bring to read this, by all means.
Okay. Then I shall return. Your secretary will be back from their walk shortly, and your security will be reinstated. Just make sure they can let me back in.
Very well. Sort of like sighs. Just like pulls out a cigar.
I nod and go to leave.
Alrighty.
Alright.
Okay, I'm gonna make my way back to the rest of the crew then to proceed.
Okie dokes. And lymph.
Did I find the guard captain or harbor master? I guess it's the guard captain I'm specifically looking for.
Yeah, you guys kind of know where the jail is, because I believe you had to bail Glean out of it.
Mm-hmm.
If bail you mean straight up spring me out, then yeah.
It was a petty misdemeanor, you're fine. But, yeah, you're able to, like, locate it. There's, like, basically just the guard captain present,
Okay.
who just looks up as you approach, and is like, "Sea elf, are you?
Half.
Archaeologist with the, ship that came in?"
Not the archaeologist's ship. I'm been in. I won't say independent, but I've been on a solo journey as kind of a rite of passage.
And it's you with the Grung, the Tiefling, human aboard, another Tiefling, Kobold, and the Kenku, correct?
Yes.
Right. Have you come with any information regarding the death?
Yes. I've investigated your town's fishmonger. and I have reason enough to believe that she is a spy for the fanatical worshippers.
Mera, the fishmonger.
Yes.
A spy, you say?
Yes.
And what evidence have you of this?
Well, she burned it on the way out. Oh, I don't have any physical evidence besides a specific lack thereof. Her residence had nothing. No sea elf belongings, no symbols,
No Mera?
except in a hidden compartment where she had notes burning by the time we got in there.
Just a
And a
quick
written
question. Are you currently confessing to illegal entry into a private citizen's residence?
I think I qualify as a private investigator.
You currently qualify as a suspect in a murder case.
Oh, I know.
First time?
But I assure you the two things. First, if I can find Meryl, I can have her confess or bring her in with the sufficient evidence. And secondly, that would clear my name so I don't have to deal with it. And third, I am not close to my sea elf brethren in that way. Where I come from, we are not aligned with the current fanatically ran empire.
That only partially has anything to do with my current investigation.
Oh, and for a slightly separate thing, this is where Analyst is going to lie, because Analyst is going kind of bullshit. You know the pre-warning of an incoming plague?
Uh-huh.
Well, I heard the doctors communicating with our ship's druid. I overheard them. It's not a plague that's infecting people. It's a mold. Specifically a mold of sea elf origin, one commonly used in their temples.
With respect, does this not just further implicate you?
No.
You
I
arrive
have
in
reason
town,
to
and the
believe-
very next day, a plague is spreading, and you are half sea elf, was it?
Yes.
Right, and you say that that is sea elf in origin.
Yes.
Don't leave town.
I don't plan on it. Where have you have any information on Meryl?
She, well, I don't know that I should be giving out too much information, but she did move here 15 years back, and she's been known to go out on long fishing trips.
Did she currently leave for one?
I don't know. Is her boat out front? Might be one of her last to get away before the plague.
Do I remember if there was? Because I only did that there had been no boats that left.
You looked back to a very specific time frame.
Okay. And look back just a little bit more from when we first arrived, because that's when the fishmonger would still be here.
Roll a little history check.
Alright. I'm so glad I'm great at history. That's a 21.
There was a very small rowing boat at front of the shack.
Okay.
And now that it's like coming to your sort of like memory, it wasn't there last you checked.
It's not good. That's not good at all.
Listen, while we're still investigating, don't leave town. Make yourself easy to find. We'll eventually send someone to come and interview all of you. Separately, I should say. Don't want no collusion.
Fair enough.
And we'll find out
I
what
want
happened,
these
one way or
Cleared
another.
up.
If you would like to confess now, that would save us a lot of trouble during this plague. And who knows, a
I'd
cell
rather
might be the
not
best
lie.
place
Bit of
to
a
be.
sin. I'd rather not lie.
Eh. He sort of just shrugs, just tapping a sort of like dry quill against some parchment. Is there anything else then?
I'll just be quick and find any sort of evidence. Is there any place anyone Meryl was close to, or any place she frequented outside of her fishing?
Didn't really know her.
Did anyone?
I assume someone did.
Well, that'll be on me to find out.
It will.
Yeah, I'm leaving. I wasn't very productive.
What are we up
I was
to,
a little
gang?
bit productive.
Gang?
Hmm?
What are we up to?
I'm headed to the Feywild.
Like now, currently live?
Yeah.
On your own?
This seems like one of those things I gotta do on my own right now.
Okay. You're heading on north out of town?
Yes.
It is a rocky path that leads up into like the cliffs above. It doesn't look immediately safe, but you can sort of see how like goat herders and stuff probably use this path a lot just fine.
Yeah.
And you just start climbing on up then, I guess.
In fact, can I actually, can I cast a jump on myself and make this easier?
Meows. But there's still a lot of cliff to go.
Gotcha.
Captain, after visiting the mayor, what are you up to?
I'm trying to find either Clink or Anlith to bring back to the mayor to try to figure this shit out.
Okay.
I'm not gonna make you roll anything for that if you don't want, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'd be coming out now. And Clink has vision on both of us. So we're probably not far away.
Yeah, imagine if I end up seeing both you get together and I know that Andlith's plan was to stay completely solo. I'd be like, well, that plan's out the way.
Yep.
Jump down off the roof. Get rid of the invisibility somewhere out of sight so it doesn't freak anyone out. I'm not evil enough to do that right next to the rest of the crew. That will, you know, I would say give you a heart attack, but you know, one of you's already had that. It might skip a
Terra
beat.
sneaky and Anlith is magical. I don't. You popping out of invisibility will scare us.
Might make your heart skip a beat.
Can
You'll have
Bring
to
down
Now
keep
it's
with
it.
this
already
laugh.
skipping about 60 of them at a time. So
Yeah, just walk out of an alleyway after dispelling the invisibility.
Hi,
You walk
Terra.
up to Captain.
Oh, Clink, perfect. I was just looking for you.
Well, you found me.
So the mayor got a letter issuing this lockdown with forewarning of this, quote, plague. It's like, I know we have one. I know we brought one, but there's no way in hell the mayor, let alone the Empire, could have learned about this, or the prince. I'm trying to get my governments mixed up. The royal kingdom could have figured this out before we unleashed it. So I know it's separate from what we brought back.
Has Anlith made its way? Has made her way? Is she in the group
Oh,
now?
no, yeah.
I still get off. Okay.
Oh,
Well, yes, I overheard it. I have good ears.
okay. So you guys are both really good at sort of understanding signatures and stuff like that. Do you think you guys could figure out if the letter that the mayor got is a forgery?
I'm almost certain it would have to be at this point. And
Okay. Okay.
Yes, I can do that.
All right. Then I need you guys to come back with me. We're gonna go back to the mayor's residence.
Okay. And some news. The archaeologists are fine and safe on their boat. There's a guard posted outside. Judging from the effectiveness of the guards, I don't think they would be much help, but the thing is, our fishmonger has left town since this whole plague started.
Interesting.
On her fishing boat, and there's a good chance with how she left her belongings trapped and burning, with the plan to have the entire place burned down. I don't think she'll return, which means that we are going to need to solve this infection, the mold, and prove our innocence that we didn't murder the guard. And we need to do it quick.
I don't even know how they're gonna prove that we did it.
They don't need to prove that we did it. They had to hold us here and make us and stay here, and we need to leave.
Right. I see. Well, worst comes to worst, we can always blast our way out of here.
I'm more than willing to do that, but I feel a bit personally responsible for the mold infection.
Well, Glean's working on a cure, so
Have
hopefully-
you seen Green?
no, he left the clinic a while ago to go get something. I think he said.
Okay. Well, he's a druid, so he might be looking for a specific herb or something.
So, all right, to the mayor's
like-
house. See if we can get.
I'm
at
going to
least
like
some
lower
taken
my
off of us.
voice and like talk to the two of them. She knows where my family is, and my family has been distant from the Empire for quite a few ages now. But
Wait,
the
this-
fanatics,
Is Fishmonger this?
yes, I was small talking with her, and I may have accidentally dropped it because I didn't realize she was a spy. And fanatics aren't known for being very pleasant to those they deem outside their faith.
Well, I guess we better be careful then.
Let me look at my spells. Yes, that's it. And it's done talking for now.
Okay, to the mayor's house then.
Glean, you make it to the top of this cliff finally. And at the top, just a bit away, you can see this forest, but it is acacia. So it's more kind of like sparse than it, but it's very familiar to the tree on your head.
Yeah. This makes you feel happy, doesn't it?
Of course.
Strong trees.
If I become that tall, I hope I don't squish you.
It'll be a great day.
But you will be squished.
Let's be honest. By then, I'll be long gone.
Oh, we're still doing emo Glean.
I'm old. I'm pragmatic. I'm not emo. Anywho, I'm gonna go look for this fairy circle.
You can roll me a little nature check.
That's a 19.
You sort of like it takes a little bit of sussing out, but you find it by the base of like one tree, just a little circle of plants and flowers and mushrooms.
Hey, I do what I normally do. Like walk a lap backwards, clap my hands, close my eyes, and then just like step into the center.
When you open your eyes again, you are on the branch of a very, very tall tree.
Oh,
It is a really, really wide branch. Almost like you're on just a giant balcony. And you can see that this ginormous tree is grown into a river. Something else you notice is there's no tree in your head currently.
I try to see if I can't connect with him. Just like, where are you, little buddy?
You do a little nature check.
That is a 17.
Okay. We're gonna cut back to the other world real quick. You guys head back to the mayor's office.
Mhm.
The receptionist lets you through, then sees your entourage and just sort of shrugs and lets them through as well.
They're with me.
Yeah. There is now also a guard presence.
Atira smirks at him a little bit.
Island is going to just ignore them.
Clink will just be walking in, head held high, as though, that she's there on important business. Someone has invited her there. She's trying to play the part.
I'm not breaking in for once.
No, I'm here. Someone's invited me. I'm being good. I came through the front door, legitimately.
Mr. Mayor, this is my crew. We're both of which are very well versed in forgeries and notarizing. So, if you don't mind, can we take another look at that letter?
I'm sorry. Did you say you're very well versed in forgeries?
Spotting
them.
forgeries.
Okay, how did that come about?
Well, you have to have legitimate documents if you're an archaeologist.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
Forgery can get you in trouble, or worse.
That it can. And he turns the letter around and pushes it across the desk.
Okay. I guess me and Clink will... What kind of roll is that?
Luckily, proficiency with a forgery kit plus investigation means I can determine if something is genuine or not.
You have a forgery kit?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, I'm versed at forgery.
Oh shit! I didn't realize how far that went.
No, you wouldn't do. But yeah, I just pull out like a little tiny magnifying glass and start looking at it and just like going over the usual obvious things that are wrong, like the letterhead being slightly off from what it should be, or in the wrong kind of ink for the paper.
This is one of the neatest, most tidy, convincing looking fakes you've ever seen. The only thing that gives it away is on official documents they use a very specific type of ink. This type of ink slightly goes through the paper, or the parchment, and is a little more visible on the back than it should be, signifying that it's made out of different materials than the royal advisors are using.
And I think we were like, they did a good job on this one. Almost looks legitimate. But yet you see ink bleeding through the back of the paper. You think royal notaries are that poorly educated to use the wrong inks for this paper?
The mayor takes out a opens up a drawer and just sort of like pulls out a couple bits of parchment and just sort of like starts comparing them. Like, oh, I see.
While this is going on, do I recognize
Be
the
right
type of ink being used in the forgery?
You can have a little investigation.
Alright, that is a dirty 20.
It is. Yeah, I'd say this is the sort of ink you only really use if you're penning a letter that needs to survive underwater. Regular ink washes off of like most stuff, but this stuff clings too.
You know what? The mayor doesn't know that I'm investigating Merrill yet. I'm going to try to strike up some small talk. I'm going to be like,
Back.
Welcome back.
let's see. I need to make this sound convincing, so I need to think it through. Is there any group of fishermen in this town, or is it just your fishmonger?
We've got a couple of us. I'd be giving you the general rundown of town if it wasn't. Well, I suppose this lockdown doesn't really matter anymore. There's no real signs of a plague. And this is a fake. Really trying to decide what to do about it. Suppose first things first, I've got a pen or letter. And
How long is Meryl usually out on your trips for?
Oh,
Meryl, your fishmonger. I chatted up with her before we left to go to the dig site.
I don't know. Fishermen sometimes take days, don't they? Can't keep a track of how long
such a
everyone
small
in town's out and about.
Okay.
512 people live here. We average about 50 visitors every week. I can't keep a track of all those names and faces, I'm afraid.
Well, if I couldn't find Meryl, because who would be a friend of hers that I can talk to instead?
I don't know. You could ask around the docks, I suppose. Fish are you looking for?
I suppose.
Hepney Tierra?
Yes.
Alright, lockdown's lifted. All done. You're still not leaving port, though.
That's fine. We have unfinished business here anyway.
Alright, very good. I haven't done it in a while, but can I get some constitution checks from you three?
Oh shit. Oh fuck.
Okay, I didn't
Oh,
roll.
I
I
got a
didn't
natural
roll
20.
a 1. I
got
did
a
not
natural
roll a 1. I rolled a 2.
Oh no.
So that comes up to a 3.
Not
I got-
me, right?
Not
I got
you.
a 19.
We got a 19, a 20, and a 2. You know when you
I
kind of
was-
throw up in your own mouth?
Yeah.
I just did that like a few moments ago.
Oh no, you okay?
I'm fine.
Did you have too much peppers?
Alright. I have
I had
half
a little bit
the
too much
bag of
peppers.
powder left, so if I'm feeling symptoms, I'm going to grab like a pinch and swallow it. Or not inhale it. Is the word, I guess.
I'm gonna say with a 3, he definitely notices something's up and is like, what's that?
Well, if it comforts you, it's not plague.
Have asthma.
It does
The-
not comfort me.
There was mold in Tomb. She not taking it well.
What kind of mold?
I just,
I,
oh, you.
I am not
Black
a moldologist. I just know it was moldy.
Yeah. You would
Evil
have
mold
that
just
for
a
a
thing?
druid.
Tomb. I don't know.
I think they
We
call
do
them
have a
botanists.
druid.
Well, that too. That works. I don't know the word.
Oh, we have a druid. He could tell you more.
Alright, well, eases my mind knowing there's not a plague, but you can leave my office anyway.
Yeah.
Alright. Thank you for your cooperation.
Before we go, Matt, I would question who gave you letter. Would that not come through postal service? Postal Guild very good with these things. If this was important, it would have come first class postal. Whoever gave you letter might be suspect.
see real quick. Now that I think about it, something was up with the delivery of this one specifically. I don't remember what it was though. You'd have to ask my receptionist.
All right then.
Shall
Shall we?
could be of service.
Very good. You are still suspect in a murder case though. So I won't go shaking your hands yet.
Understandable. Thank you for your cooperation all the same.
1 second.
Yeah, you guys step on back out.
Mm-hmm.
What you up to now?
Well, we're still gonna murder. We're still gonna murder himself. So
Clink just sits down in front of the receptionist and is like, "So, that's a delivery.
Oh, do you have
And
letters?
you?
Is
No.
going to.
But the plague letter, that is fake. Mayor said was strange delivery and said you would know what happened.
Oh yeah, it didn't come through the guild like usual ones. It came from a runner.
They ran
Well,
across.
I got
They
time
ran
staying.
across sea.
No. There's a town out into the northeast. It's Smith's Harbor, and really just a mining town. It's not much to it. They've got less than we do here, but runner came from up there, so a bit odd.
And you didn't think to question this?
And the
Important
official
letter
seal.
come from mining town? Official seal sent by runner from a mining town?
I don't know if you've noticed, but there is a crusade going on. It might be disrupting letters.
Is the runner still here in town?
Nope, they ran back out.
Oh, that's.
Yes, they drop a forgery and run away.
It was a forgery?
Of course you... Yes, that letter was fake.
Wrong ink.
Well, now. It's gonna make my job very interesting.
Yes, royal notaries don't use bad ink like that.
Was
Like,
there
you just
any
should-
affiliation
keep
of this
talking it
runner,
now.
or was it an independent, in like just a individual?
Well, it came bearing the
Working on
official
its own.
seal of Smithstown.
Of Smithstown? That might be fake as well at this point.
Probably. You know what this is? You know what all of this is? This is what I hate about war times. Right? Spies. That's what I think this is. Fake documents, weird deliveries. What's the point of faking a plague anyway?
Keep
To
you
cover
here?
for something else.
Bit weird. Bit weird.
Yeah, anyone's guess why they'd fake it.
I reckon it's to keep all the ships grounded. Right? Because we've got that makeshift port up outside town, right? Where the Empire's been docking their ships and restocking them.
Makeshift port for the Empire, huh?
Oh yeah, it's one of those wartime things. It's like, oh, we're gonna buy a bunch of ports in strategic locations so we can get around, blah blah blah, you know.
Right.
But yeah, I reckon if they hear that we've got the plague, they'll ground their ships as well.
Hmm.
Ooh, good
Perhaps.
point.
Yeah. I'm paid to think about these things. Actually, no, I'm not.
You should ask for raise.
I'll give it a go.
Especially if it turns out this is true.
I suppose I'd already have a raise if I stopped going for all these smoke breaks.
It's okay. You local government, they're used to it.
Yeah, fair enough. Speaking of, though, he just gets out a cigarette and stands on up.
this guy.
Get a load of this guy.
How big was Meryl's boat? Or little? You said it was small. So I
Was
imagine it's like a
rowboat.
It was a little rowboat.
It was
yeah.
a dinghy?
Yeah, rowboat. So I
Yeah.
imagine it would be like small, one, maybe two people tops.
Because
She
there
has
is
the
long
average
fishing
size
trips.
dinghy.
Because there is long fishing trips, but not with a boat of that size. So she's. So if she's
Either she's still
going
on
out
the
for
island
days,
somewhere else, or she's gone to a bigger ship.
yeah, bigger ship, or she just parks it with like a one of the like small boat anchors. What is it called? A buoy?
Ooh.
Yeah,
No.
and she swims to where her meeting place is.
Oh yeah, she's Meralf.
Are the fanatics?
Back to Glean.
Yes.
You don't spot your tree anywhere. However, as you sort of like turn around and get looking around, you spot a giant squirrel, honestly. It's about
Oh,
you
good
height
God.
and just like staring directly at you, and it's like, alright, boss, where's the seaweed?
Oh my god, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me.
What's up, boss?
Are you aware that you're not on my head right now?
I thought that was plainly obvious.
So you're just rolling with it just like, okay, you know what? Fine. Let's go.
Alrighty.
If he's just rolling with it, why shouldn't I? Let's just fucking do it. Don't try and question the Feywild. Let's go find that seaweed.
Whatever you say, boss. And the squirrel immediately just starts climbing down the tree slowly,
Oh my.
heading down towards the sort of like riverbank below.
Actually, how far is it to the ground?
You're you're decent tree in size, honestly.
Oh my god, really?
Oh,
Okay, never
holy
mind.
fuck.
Welcome to the Feywild.
It's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while. I was gonna see if I couldn't just misty step to the bottom, but no, I can't do that.
You're in the Feywild, baby.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, now this place would be perfect for the Lords of the Wing to make camp at.
Oh?
Lords of the Wing.
Yeah, I'm not in your brain right now. I don't get to just think the things you think. Why are they a court?
They don't have one.
There's a lot of birds.
They invented birds.
There should be more birds.
Big birds.
Invented birds.
They invented
Yes.
birds.
The leader or the head of the Lords of the Wing is simply called the Grandfather, and he looks like, I don't know how to explain it. He invented birds, though.
He invented birds.
I love the Feywild.
Yeah.
All of them. It's just
It's like Daedalus, but nature.
yeah, you and the squirrel just having like casual Feywild conversation while you climb down a tree. Like just gossip.
Yeah, I'll just tell him about fucking Feywild politics at this point.
Might as well, baby.
Yeah,
The small talk as you go down.
yeah.
Yeah, what you guys up to back in town?
Well, we got a murder mystery to solve, as well as finding a cure for whatever is actually ailing us.
Okay.
Which
Oh.
I do guess Glean is handling, but
You don't technically know that.
that's true.
No, we know that he went to find a thing to help,
Yeah.
and we're like, us three ain't gonna be able to make a cure.
True.
At least he seems, it seems to know what he's doing.
Oh yeah. We'll
hasn't
see if we
killed
can
us
get any
yet.
more powder from the doctors. Or for me specifically. Yeah, it hasn't killed you yet. I'm not feeling well. If I had to guess, it's probably just my body being weaker because of the lack of heart.
Yeah, I can't imagine that helped much. So what then? Like, what can we even do about this?
We get as much information on Meryl as we can. The ink was not necessarily sea elf, but was definitely mer in origins. And yes, mer is a general term for any of the aquatic humanoids. Mermaids.
Merfolk.
Gerfolk.
Yeah, merfolk.
Oh, well, the more you know.
So this Murrell.
Oh
We're
my
looking
god,
for-
her name. She'd been here for...
Also, the fact that she's named Meryl, I'm just thinking of Solid Snake. Meryl.
Merle.
Well, options are find this sea elf, or investigate this other place where letter came from.
She might not ever come back if she left her building ready to burn. That usually means that she's looking to cut ties.
And for all we
Yes,
know,
and
for all we know, both these objectives might be one and the same.
I mean, considering we saw that shadow note saying get rid of archaeologists and the rest of
Oh.
Reese.
Hmm. Can I try to think of what's like some fanatic terrorist tactics? Do they have? I'm imagining a boat bomb. Like she might plant a boat under the archaeologist ship and just go boom.
Roll a history check.
Alright. Tabs. I love tabs. That is a dirty
Soda?
20.
They have no qualms about making things completely impersonal between them. Like, if they want someone dead, they could even just, like, hire outside help to do it. The one thing that you definitely know about phonetics dealing with people is that they don't leave evidence, usually. They're, like, ghosts in the shadows, essentially.
Chips are very flammable as well. I think
Then what?
well, I guess all three of us will take turns ships watching the archaeologists, including under the water. If their mission is to eliminate the archaeologists, they like clearing it without a trace left behind. So I'm thinking...
In that case, why did they leave sea elf marking near cave? If
Calling
not
card.
for that, But that's evidence that they were here.
Well, you have to remember, Kling. I may be half sea elf, but I'm still a sea elf. And the surface people up here won't get the difference. Even if the fanatics don't really like half-elves like me, I can't exactly convince the surface people of that. I tried having a talk with the guard captain. I think I just made myself more suspicious.
No, my thought different. Me thinking, why terrorist elf leave something obvious
Was it
to
obvious?
say that? Well, we found it next to corpse.
It was just a small symbol, though. It could be more of like a...
Did they? They could have assumed that everyone here is stupid.
Yes, that's true. It could
But
be.
still seems strange that they left evidence.
Could have been a message for someone else. Another, like, one of their spies. We can't leave town. I think the best thing is we just keep watch on the archaeologist's ship. Just from a distance. For anything suspicious. And I'm going to go talk with the fisherman about Merle. See if I can grab up any sort of, like, anything.
Okay.
All right, that sounds like a plan.
Okay.
So you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I have nothing to add other than
Yeah, and I'm keeping the sword out as formerly, what was it called? Erebus? Or am I just hallucinating? I forgot what you called it. First, I want to say it's a cowardly sword. I still have that on my hip.
we did have a name for it, didn't we?
It had a
Yeah, we
name,
had
but it was so old that it didn't really remember it itself. So Clink was going to give it a new name, and it's been about 7 hours, and Clink hasn't had a chance to sit down and think of names yet.
There's something I can do. You can go ahead. Sorry, I'm talking to myself out loud.
And short of calling it Shadow Rend, because it rends the shadows, but whilst a very rogue-sounding name, it seems a bit edgy.
Ropes are
Probably
allowed to
edgy
be
every
edgy.
now and
Nick
then.
is a bit edgy.
It
My
is a
guns
very-
are love and hate.
I named my sword Treachery. Well,
To
in my
be fair,
head.
I named the guns and then you just ended up getting them.
You
But
just
still.
know it's the Black Blade of Destruction. Because Atlas is a fucking lying.
This bitch lying.
Gleam, you eventually reach the bottom of the tree. It cuts straight into the water. Like the tree is just growing out of the water.
I think at some point, if I reach like a safe distance, I'll just dive into the water.
The squirrel just doesn't join you. It's just like,
Of course.
ah, I'm not aquatic. That's a shame.
You can swim, right?
Not as well as Frog.
Oh, they can.
Okay. Yeah, you just diving on in?
Yeah.
Alright, good luck down there, buddy. You got this, boss.
Keep watch for me.
Okay, what am I watching for?
It's anything. It's kind of weird that we haven't seen something else.
Okay. Hey, boss.
Yeah?
See a river.
I meant like a living thing, like a pixie or something.
Hey, boss.
Yeah.
I can see you.
You are correct. Anything other than you or me, like a pixie or something.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna go look.
Alright, you dive on down. And it keeps going for quite a while underwater. Eventually you can make out sort of like colossal roots of this thing. They are woven in a very strange sort of like circular pattern. It's almost as if this was tended to, you know?
Kind of like an avatar.
Kind of like an Avatar, yeah. Except I feel like in Avatar they just make all that shit up as they go. It's like, oh, fucking nature's magic. But here, as a druid, you feel like this can't have been attained on its own. Like something has to have made this.
Somebody did this.
Inside,
Can I? Oh, sorry.
inside this sort of like nest, almost of like roots, you can just see like a sort of like a pale blue glow
I'm swimming towards it.
swimming towards it.
And before it's like a Feywild, like, what is it called? Biologist, please help.
Anglerfish.
Anglerfish.
You
Biologist, please help.
you swim on into the nest. Inside, you are greeted by a very odd sight of a beating heart at the center of this thing that's just tangled in roots. And surrounding it is just these blue glowing sort of like seaweed.
Actually, shit, no, it's Harold. He calls the
Yeah.
tree Herbert because he thinks it's funny, but the tree's
Yeah.
name is actually Bob. This is so fucking stupid. If anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Look, a spare heart just lying around.
So it's this heart is connected to the root system.
Yeah.
So this tree is alive in more ways than one.
It's a it is a normal sized heart that's just at the center of these roots.
Religion check? Like, what godly essence do I feel around here? This seems
Sure, you can
it's investigating. I'm not gonna say weird.
you can do a little investigation of a religion variety.
15.
You get the sense that whatever this is, in like whatever capacity, this is a very sort of like holy site, Chunti.
I see. Okay. Makes sense. Kind of thought it was for Sylvanas because he's metal like that, but yeah, this makes sense. I'm gonna very carefully cut some seaweed for myself.
How much you getting?
Enough to fill like a little like you see like the little pouch on my belt. Enough for that.
As you carefully sort of like cut away this seaweed and start stuffing it away, the heart beats. You feel the water shake a little bit around you, and then the seaweed immediately regrows into the same pan.
Oh. I'm not gonna overtake. I'm gonna take what I need and go.
Okay. You heading on back up?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Back in town. What's the car and crew?
I'm gonna go talk to. Are there any fishermen out now that the lockdown's been lifted?
You saw a guard a while back who was both lighting the late night lamps around, or at least the early night lamps, I suppose I should say, and just sort of also like yelling out, "Lockdown is lifted! False alarm!" And not a lot of people really sort of like got out after that, but you can hear the local tavern sort of like coming back to life. There's a couple like dock workers just doing a little bit of like busy work here and there.
Okay.
Do an investigation to find a fisherman or something.
Okay. That's an 8 plus my investigation, which is a 5, so that's a 13.
There does not appear to be any around.
Well, there is something else I have to do. I think I should warn the archaeologists. Yeah, so I'm going to go talk to the archaeologists.
Okay. You guys are at Aether and Clink. You're already sort of like overlooking the ship, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You haven't seen like a hair of them just yet.
Clink, do you still have the spyglass, by the way?
Oh yes.
Let's make sure we get that reward.
I know. We found it on the docks.
We found it on the docks. That's the story.
Yeah, Andlin, you come on back.
Yeah.
The gangplank is still down. The guard is no longer present.
Okay. Well, the guard might have left, so I'm just going to let myself aboard.
Okay.
Very informally. I'm going to walk like I belong here. That's what we're doing. We're being confident.
R/act like you belong. Somebody get a ladder.
Yeah, you walk on up into the ship. Roll me a charisma. I want to see how confident you're going.
Alright. Just a charisma or like performance?
Yeah, I'll call it performance. Why not?
Alright, that's going to
Form
be a
swagger.
3. It's going to be a 25.
You own this ship. You own this ship.
I'm Jojo walking. Jojo.
Oh, you're approaching me.
Jojo
Okay.
walking.
Yeah.
But no, there's an open door, and you see the archaeologist, and they go, "Oh, you're approaching." No, I'm joking. The doors open, and they see you boarding again, and they're like, "Ah, I heard the plague was just a figment of our imaginations. Suppose the scuff I've come down with is one too."
Well, not exactly. When you were in the dig, or I guess the ruin, when we went with my team, the druid spotted some evidence of a black mold, specifically a very deadly killer one.
Deadly killer black
That's
mold?
why I gave you the powder. Yes. But
We
he's
didn't
working
see
on a
anything of the
cure.
sort.
Well, he found evidence of it. I actually came down pretty bad with it, but our druid is an excellent healer, and he came out with that powder. And if you need more, you can go to the infirmary in town, if needed.
It's not fatal, is it?
Possibly. It's there's a specific mold very popular in sea elf culture. So I very much trust that it's a deadly mold. This is the first time I'm encountering it, though. But with the powder that I gave you, and if you need more, you can get to the infirmary. You should be fine until the druid comes with a permanent cure.
Good heavens, they shouldn't have lifted the lockdown. I should go tell them at once.
No, I wouldn't do that.
We're all infected.
I don't think it travels person to person.
We are the Walking Dead.
We're all infected.
At the very least, you don't know
We-
that.
I do. Certain members of our party, including myself, I'm a bard. We have a wizard and the druid as well. There was an side dimension in that temple. A sort of pocket dimension mirror that was the same temple, but it was underwater, completely submerged. And there was much more mold on that side, and I believe the mold is already in the air. But the druid did neutralize the mold growing in the temple itself. So there shouldn't be more, but depending on how long that mold was in that pocket plane for, the amount of spores it could have unleashed, I don't think it's contagious person to person unless a person passes away from it.
Or at the very least, if we're going to... We know that we've caught something here. It might still be in the air here. And if it can spread, well, we should do our best to contain it. I'm going to go and tell the guards now.
I'm going to come with you. This is the second part I need to tell you about. The guard, Merle is gone, and if I know anything about fanatics, they want she wants you dead. She's a spy for the fanatics.
Well,
Managed to
she's doing a
recover.
fantastic job, I should say.
They usually want to kill you without a trace. We were very lucky to stumble upon the guard's body. It was very well hidden.
Well, there'll be no
So-
trace of me soon enough if this kills me.
Just take some of the powder. Just inhale it. Take a pinch. You'll be
I already
fine.
have. These old lungs aren't what they used to be.
I feel that.
But no, this guy,
Here, I'll help you.
he's beelining down the gangplank and over to the nearest guard he can see.
Alright. I'm going to help him.
He walks up to the nearest guard and he's like, "But the lockdown wasn't a sham, I'm afraid. Me and some others have caught something rather deadly. You must make sure that if it is contagious, that no one should leave here still." And the guard's like, "Oh, for goodness!" And then just like he just sort of like heads back up the hill.
Yeah. I suppose this works out. If you were to take back out to sea, I could have no guarantee of your protection.
Well, as I see it right now, we're all dead people walking.
Really
have
nihilistic
to
about
be.
this, Jesus.
Yeah.
You're not that kind of archaeologist, are you?
What, the dead kind?
No, the one that wants to find the undead.
Oh, no.
Good.
You'll be fine.
I'm in high enough spirits about it. It's either I die or I don't. And right now, it's
Well, if
looking like
you're-
die.
If you're an elderly archaeologist, you probably have the experience to know that there could be certain fanatical groups that may take offense to our investigations.
It was all sanctioned.
I believe you are now a target. So I think the lockdown's in your favor.
Don't understand. This was all sanctioned with the Archaeology Guild. They liaisoned the Venthaven. They sent letters back and forth with the Sea Elves. We have full legal permission to do this.
I'm going to go reread it because I need to absorb information.
Mind Palace.
My palace.
Lean? You
Bleed.
you head back out of the water, and Squirrel's just immediately like, "There's a hobgoblin," and just like points, and it's just a dude on a boat, just sort of like rowing, sort of like past you, and just like gives you like a weird look as you're passing by.
I do a goblin salute. I'm gonna jump in the air, click my heels together, and clap in the air.
You're doing the jumping jack. You're doing
Yeah.
the jumping jack.
I'm gonna do a jumping jack, I guess.
This guy's like, "Oh," and he gets up and does the same, and he just
I
falls
didn't
off
know
his
you were
boat.
cool like that.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up, my man?
I got the G word pass.
Lean, grung.
Grung.
Runglin.
He's just like,
If they're not doing anything else, I think I'm just gonna leave.
just sort of staring at you, is all.
I guess I'm just gonna just put it on a little show for him. So I'm just gonna misty step up one branch and then just start doing parkour on the way up.
I want acrobatics from you know.
Roll your favorite number.
But here we come. 16.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent acrobatical show. He's like, "Woo!" And he just like yells up, "Try not to offend Chun-Ti with that."
Chi! I love Chachi! Oh, hey! Are y'all at war?
No? Wait, which war?
Huh?
Which war?
Oh. How many are you? Look, last time I was in the Feywild, you guys were at peace with all the courts. Which ones are you at war with now?
Oh no, we're not in any wars right now. I'm just asking which war you're talking about.
I guess any.
No. Not that I know of.
Have a good day. What is my mic working?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Fair enough. Have a good day. I don't
Hi.
see my thing like bouncing or like the green ring on my Discord.
It happens sometimes.
It's Discord, baby. How's it going back in town team?
Well, I guess we're on lockdown again.
God damn it.
Got that lifted for all of 5 minutes?
Yep.
We're the best. The archaeologists are being hunted by Meryl and any fanatic contacts she may have.
Wouldn't it have been better to just tell them about that, and then we could watch them on their ship?
The old man is looking fairly sick, and I would like for him to be cured.
But there's no... Okay, that's fine. Well then,
I think the best bet for proving our innocence is to somehow catch someone in an act.
I agree.
Just to find something.
I agree, and I guess the town being locked down makes it harder for them to move around. Okay, never mind. I see the vision.
What is your time scale? What's the time that you think we should just give up and leave?
Well, it's a wonderful question. I think it depends on how the murder investigation goes. If we're found convicted, we're not going to be able to move around well to try to prove our innocence.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we should just leave if that's the case. And,
How's our ship looking? Because Meryl knows I'm an archaeologist.
Still fine.
For so many. Everyone's accounted for.
Oh, it isn't accounted for. Some constitution checks.
God damn it.
Alright, I'm doing a little bit better. I got 10.
I got a 12.
Yeah. 10 as well.
That's great news. It's only getting marginally worse. It's
We need to hurry up and get the gear done.
Okay, we gotta get this shit figured out, guys.
There's the meta part of me that wants to try casting prestidigitation on my lungs to clean them.
That might be painful.
You might be onto something.
It just says you can clean.
Prestidigitation.
You can clean anything that's like 1 cubic foot, and that's a lung.
and then from your perception,
Perception, okay. Ear wiggle, ear wiggle.
Oh shit, I didn't know you were cool like that.
Alright. I want to use my inspiration die. And I got an 18 total.
at
Is
first
that
you
all of us
think,
doing perception?
no, just Amlin.
Oh, okay.
At first, you sort of think like this is the sort of like stuff that you get in your eyes.
Yeah.
Until you realize that every time you have a breath now, you are breathing out tiny little black dots that are flowing around.
Oh shit.
Oh, son of a.
That's super not good.
Alright. We need. Where's Glean?
Glean, you're about near the top again now. Or at least the branch you were on before. The The circle's still there. You get a pretty good view of the Feywild in general from here. You can sort of see it shifting and changing bizarrely in the distance.
I take one last look at this place before performing the same set of movements that I did to get in here, but this time in reverse. And then I step into the center.
You appear once more back where you were, and there's just a goat herd passing by, and he just goes, "Oh, Jesus, where did you come from?" Does not say Jesus.
A
He's not canon.
magic.
This is not canon.
Christianity in the Feywild. Let's go.
Oh my God, Catholic D&D?
I'm
Blimey,
Jesus.
goat's head.
Catholic D&D.
Glenn died for your
hairy
sins.
fucking beard. By me, goat's hairy beard. Where the fuck did you come from?
By me, goat's hairy beard. Yeah, that's a good one. It's just like, oh, no one casting any spells on me, Erd. And then he just like keeps walking by.
I love your sheep. Goodbye.
They're goats.
Oh, sorry.
And
Cast like speak with animals. Sorry.
it's cool. And
But yeah, I'm like T1000 in it back to the town.
your tree is back on your head.
Of course.
Yeah, you sort of like T1000 back to
Oh
town.
shit! We're doing this. We're doing this so totally wrong, dude.
What's up, man?
I have a dragon that can fly.
Oh, that's crazy.
You want to know how I was thinking? I was thinking, why didn't you just golden wind and make a cure?
JoJo's?
Good,
Make like a counter mold.
good experience.
Yeah.
And anywho, since I'm small and the dragon's large, I can definitely ride it. Yeah, I'm just gonna summon my dragon.
You're going to fly into town on a dragon.
On
No.
a bronze dragon, yes.
That's not going to draw any attention.
That draws a lot of attention.
Yeah, and guess what? It would make sense because I have no idea that we're under investigation. I left before that happened.
You fly right on back to the ship.
Yeah.
I'll say you're fine.
Actually, you know what? I'm not to the ship. I'm gonna fly to the clinic because I need to get this cure made.
Okay. I'm gonna say a guard presence definitely forms around a giant dragon.
God, how did I make this guy talk? How did I make Teola laugh? I gave him like a Hispanic accent,
Be
right?
not afraid.
I don't know, man.
Be not afraid.
Be not afraid. Master. This is not Hispanic. I don't know what this is.
Hello, I am from Transylvania. I am here to suck your blood.
Hello, it is me, Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler.
One of the more like old-looking experienced guards just calls out, "Don't go burning down nothing."
I
I
am
cannot do that
Dragantula.
as I am incapable of producing flame.
Oh, that's good.
I can instead do this.
And he breathes lightning into the sky.
Don't go breathing lightning either.
He starts laughing.
There'll be no magic breath while you are in town. Unless absolutely necessary.
Just very aloof, kind of like a cat, just like as you wish.
Oh, very good. Boat crew, you definitely see that.
Yeah, you see fucking have you seen like the reverse lightning where it like arcs into the sky? That's basically what happened.
You know what? I'm going to call, even though this is really stupid, Anlin, I'm going to try to call first shift, and I'm going to stay on the beach.
You're staying behind? You don't,
Yeah.
you want to go investigate the
I'm gonna
giant
watch the
lightning?
ship. No,
I mean,
because
lightning.
fuck, that's actually pretty good logic. And also, Anderson needs to get cured ASAP, because she's probably the most likely to die. Alright, to clean. Because I recognize that dragon.
Recognize Teola.
Yeah, Glean, you head back inside the clinic. You got your
Yeah.
seaweed.
I got my seaweed. I'm going. So I'm gonna do like the logical thing of remake the medicine and just add the seaweed in.
Fair. The as you head back inside of a clinic, all of the patients and staff are now coughing and like suffering breathing problems.
This is not good.
Let's see how a
I must
medicine
work
goes.
diligently. Is this going to be with? Is this going to be flat or with advantage?
It's flat medicine.
All right. That is going to be. Let's see here. 26.
The seaweed is very, very, very difficult to break up. It is a plant that you imagine you could use for like almost bowstring with how like durable it is.
Can I help Glean?
Okay.
Because I would have experience with seaweed.
I'm assuming you arrive as sort of like Glean is crushing this stuff up. Glean, you
Okay.
have like enough right now from like a few minutes of work to like make possibly like one sort of like cure.
I'm going to say let's help Glean, guys, or at least I can try. Can we help break down the seaweed faster?
Have you tried drying seaweed?
Is this? Let's try doing that. We got maybe it's the moisture in it. This is still a powder, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna blow it in Anlin's face.
Do I feel better?
Almost immediately, yes.
Alright. Am I still breathing up spores?
Yes, but roll me a constitution check real quick.
Alright. I got you, homie. That's 13.
You immediately just like throw up again. This horrible sort of like black substance. And you watch as this black substance just turns white and then into dust.
Oh, I think that's a good sign.
Good.
Okay. We need to make some of this quick. Probably at this point, I'm thinking most of the town's infected.
I wish I had been faster. We must make haste. In fact, I'm gonna see if I can't get more hands on deck. So I'm going to I'm gonna summon a fey creature and summon my dryad companion.
Yeah. And I'm a bard, and I'm also a sea elf, so I probably have some handling, like how to quickly dry seaweed, how to use seaweed properly. But I'm also a bard, so I have half proficiency in everything. So I'm going to try to help Glean formulate a cure. Or make the cure more,
Faster.
make more of it.
Make more cure.
Make it faster, maybe make it more
the cure
efficient.
great again.
Yeah. Oh no. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah. Wait. What?
You guys can roll me some medicines. What's Clunk and APR up to aside from dying? Clink and APR?
Hurry up and
Clink
breathe
is
in
just-
that dust cloud before it dissipates.
Blink Tira.
Well, you need people to run out and distribute it as you make it to get people healed as fast as possible. So,
You're volunteering
Imagine-
yourself
Okay.
for that?
yep, I'll be a runner.
So my medicine check was a 24, and the Dryads was a 16.
My medicine was 17.
Alright. Yeah, you guys are able to, like, slowly start producing these at like a fast enough rate. With the amount that you blew into Anlimp's face, you sort of, like, get the impression you only need a small dosage of this to really cure people. Whatever this, like, fucking miracle plant is. but you start making sort of like enough of it to sort of like administer around. Clink and Atira, I'm guessing you're gonna take some of this. You're gonna probably
Yeah.
vom. Not
Naturally.
gonna lie.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna feel like a fucking ton better. And you guys start
Yippee!
distributing it.
Yes.
Alrighty. Hi. You start like moving around, getting that stuff out there. And
Yeah.
soon enough, I think you've probably covered everywhere. By the time you have, though, the sun is rising.
Oh wow, that actually completely changes how I was picturing it. I thought it was still daytime. I thought it was, or like evening.
No, that was a
Oh, so I really
long
did put
day.
on a light show when Teololath, like, uses lightning breath.
Yeah.
You got 2 people running around giving doses of stuff to 512 people.
Yeah, it's gonna take a
Yeah.
while, and y'all can only make it so fast.
Especially
guys got
considering we're having to explain
archaeologist?
what it is at the same time.
I'm sure.
Oh, did you get it to our crew as well?
I'm sure
Just
the
put your
the guards help out at some point, of course.
Okay.
But yeah, you managed to like administer the town. There are no casualties.
Yay, no one's dead.
Okay. I'm going to try to persuade the harbor master something. I want to take a boat. No, this can wait for later. We probably need to rest up too.
You guys have been working throughout the night.
Yeah. And we only had like one short rest since yesterday.
Alrighty, well, let's rest up then, because holy fuck.
Alright.
Yippee.
Yeah. I'm going to take the first shift because I'm a half elf. I can trance. We'll just keep a watch on the archaeologist's ship. I'm probably just going to be like on my ship watching them.
Before you do that, Clink has an idea. You
Okay.
want safe. Clink has tower.
You're going to convince them to stay in a tower?
Clink has the tower that Clink can summon.
Okay.
It will be safe, and there's lots of books for them to look at.
You know what? If you can convince them, I'll sleep more soundly.
We can try.
So I imagine the lockdowns are probably going to be getting lifted then.
Mm-hmm.
How's the old man doing?
The old man's just about getting better. Yeah,
Okay.
still pretty winded. And you guys suggest erecting a Goldur's tower?
Yep.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm not sure I 100% believe that there's people out to get us, but I suppose you did. You did help to just cure the town, so who am I to argue with you, really?
Yeah, even if you got permission, it could simply be a trap to punish surface dwellers. The current government in charge of, and I forgot the name of the capital, even though it's right in front of me. Vanthaven.
Mm-hmm.
Is currently led by the Red Tide and the Dread Necromancer. So,
Yes, well, he was the one who responded to the archaeologists and gave them express permission.
it could be a trap. They don't take kindly to it.
I'll be penning a letter about this.
To whom it may concern. Fuck you.
That I might just write.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys.
It's probably good to put tower on beach away from dock so it doesn't break anything.
Okay.
Clink will explain to the guards what she's about to do, just so they don't panic.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, we be in there. Only one door. If you need us, knock.
They sort of give the big thumbs up, but yeah. You guys head on to bed. Is it just Clink staying in the tower, or?
Well, I was going to be
I thought we were
at least
watching
taking the
outside the tower.
archaeologists.
Yeah.
Because the archaeologists can be inside, safe. No one can get in unless I let them in. So, unless I've given the tower permission, as far as I know, no one can just open the door and walk in. So they should be safe
Yeah.
from spies.
Does anyone
And that's why I
have...
told the guards to knock first.
Yeah. Okay. So, does anyone want to start doing the long rest conversations roleplay?
I mean, do you have anything you want to talk about?
Oh yeah. I just didn't want to dominate the whole thing. So sometime during the night, I'm going to go to Glean first. We're going to handle Glean first.
The Earth Mother is everything, and her health is our health. She feeds us, clothes us, and waters us. No god is greater than her, though they may be nosier. No god is more forgiving, more nurturing, more essential. Truly, Chanti is all.
Yes, but you are the one that cured the town. Give yourself some credit. Oh, so weren't you
I was
devout of the sea goddess?
praying.
I don't mind. Have a very live and let live philosophy.
I like to think that I am pluralistic in terms of my faith nowadays.
I've heard that's a common thing among druids. There's multiple nature adjacent deities.
I'll be honest, when I embraced my druidic properties, I thought I would feel the embrace of Sylvanas, but to be in the presence of a god such as Shanti, it was comforting.
Could you not worship both?
Suppose I can. They're both aspects of the same god. One is nature in its wild state, and the other is nature in a more contained state. Agriculture, if you will.
Lane? Thanks for curing me.
Had to make sure that
the
you
rest
were
of the town.
okay.
Yeah. I don't think Anlith can continue the conversation from this point, so I think I'm just going to leave. And then, at some other point in the night, I'm going to go talk to Tara.
Hey, what's
Some
up?
You...
something?
I know you have a colorful history, or past. If you
Okay.
were in Meryl's shoes, what would you do?
So, let's just go over everything we know about her so far. So you've been investigating this a lot more thoroughly than
Yes.
I have.
She came here 15 years ago. She has no real close friends or contacts within the
Okay.
city.
Okay.
We know the forgery ink was used commonly by people who live underwater.
Mm-hmm. And we know she's a sea elf.
Yes, and we know she's a spy as well, or I am guessing technically, but the theory I'm quite confident with. There's simply no way you live somewhere for 15 years and not have a single personal decoration in your living space. Oh, and to have a trap set up to burn down your entire living space. That me and Clink gladly got disarmed, but not before the papers were destroyed. We did
Right.
use Clink's new sword, Op Dimensions, and we saw a small note. But that was basically it. Let me go. Where did you post the note? It was sorry so far. Archaeologist needs to be removed at the rest of Reese. Right, Reese? Is that how you pronounced it? That's the sword. So, part of me thinks is that she's not going to come back. Or if she does, she's not going to come back alone. Because the job is unfinished. The archaeologists are alive. I'm alive. And I've been making it much openly that I've been carrying Reese around. Even though it's not really.
Reese is the town. The
Oh.
town.
Reese is a town?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the town.
The rest. Oh. Okay, so I'm really sorry.
No, you're good. You're
Yeah.
good. This is
So
why I'm
yeah.
having a conversation to get all this stuff straight.
Has there been. Okay. Can I think of there had been any time like a coastal city it just wiped out?
Can I, for that matter?
You guys can you can do some
Yeah.
histories.
Okay.
Histories. That is a 19.
Aye.
For history, that's also a 19.
Alrighty, righty. You're both sort of able to like sit there and occasionally just be like, what about this town or this place? Tira, you remember there was like a couple of like shady little like pirate alcoves that disappeared? And like people swear by like, we didn't attack that place, we didn't attack that place. They didn't find a single body or sign of struggle in those sort of like abandoned towns.
It disappeared.
The residents just up and disappeared.
Interesting. So, if I know anything else about this incident, does the circumstances seem to kind of match up for what I already know, or
They
What is Anth's perspective as a CL? Because I bet like maybe there was like a contingency that her CL side of the family had, or perhaps there's something they know of.
your family was always of the mind that if a sickness had started spreading, get out of town as quick as possible. You remember very early memories of like a little flu going around town, and your parents being very adamant about like going to stay up north with some friends for a few days.
Okay. Well, we must stay on our guard.
agreed? Now, were I a spy? Hard to say.
She'd have to have a secondary location, but we're not allowed to leave town.
The town's also
I'm
tiny.
thinking. Yes, and as a sea elf. You think you could cover for me?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. I'm going to do a little bit of underwater exploration. Maybe bring Glean along. He's not very stealthy, but being alone down in the water would not really exactly safe. But if there's a drop-off point or like a safe house, it would be underwater because no one else in the town would really be able to investigate it.
Right. I mean, yeah, no, it makes sense to put your safe house or drop-off point or anybody else, or where nobody else would be able to go. It's either that or the neighboring town, but we're gonna have some trouble getting there.
Hey, Tara,
Hmm
3 days. That's all I'm going to wait.
That sounds good to
3
me.
days pass, no matter what, I need to get back to my family. If there's any risk that if the news has passed on, the fanatics could very much don't like sea elves outside of there that aren't devoted as they are.
Right. Right then. 3 days.
And there's a possibility. Would you be... I don't want to endanger the crew, so it's completely optional. But what are your thoughts on going after the necromancer himself behind the red... Why am I so bad with names? I'm
The
sorry,
red-
L's brain
the red
IRL is
tide.
fogged. Yeah, the red tide.
If it's important to you, we can pursue it.
Yes. We are God Slayers, so I don't feel entirely unconfident in our odds, even though it was a freshly made god.
Yeah, God's a god.
God's a god. The only thing I can promise is, since they are in control of the royal capital, you can have any treasure you want.
Now you're
I
speaking
won't-
my language.
Yeah, you can take the gold and the gems and jewels. Just leave the more cultural artifact there.
See what I can find. Sure, we can do that.
Alright. I don't even think there's anything Atlas wants to say to Clink. I think Atlas is just like, Clink's cool. Clink knows... Clink does not do stupid shit.
It's like, nah, Clink's cool like that.
Yeah.
You know, for well, if you go, hey, there's treasure at the other end, please can go, oh, sign me up.
Clink and I are very similar minded.
Oh, shiny.
For different reasons.
Yeah, you guys are all tucking in, ready for sleep.
Yep.
All right.
Zzz.
Is that the same for everyone?
Yep.
All right, you get
I
20
don't know how
minutes.
frogs snore. Oh,
20-minute break?
No, you get 20 minutes of sleep.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no. Okay, well,
the
and
ship
then-
explodes. Somebody ignited the powder magazine.
You immediately just hear, "Cap today, Tara, rise and shine."
Oh fuck. I go out and see.
The
I'm
guard
gonna-
captain is
I'm
there, and he's
gonna-
like flanked by 4 other guys.
I'm gonna crawl out through my porthole in my room, so I'm on the side of the ship.
Lean, as you wake up, there's a goat in your room.
Lee, what are you doing with the goat?
It's just stood there staring at you, and it goes, "Bear."
Hey, we've long rested, right?
No. Oh, we did? Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Speak with
Actually,
Animals.
Fuck, you're right. That's technically not a long rest, but I'll give it to you. I'm nice.
Okay. I tagged my spell slots back, and then I have to untag them again.
The goat just immediately goes, "Oh, good, you're smart. Okay, listen up. Boss lady sent me. She thought there's some info that you might want to have. Mold
Okay.
almost killed you, almost killed everyone else. Didn't kill you though, did it? Good job.
Yes.
It was made by Sylvanas, but problem is, this thing grows and starts killing every other plant. Kind of a weed. Even Sylvanas had it cold. Just thought you should know. All nature gods hate it, and we've disavowed it, locked it away. Feel free to do whatever you want with any of it."
Heard.
Alright. And then the goat just turns and just like looks at the door and is like, "Can you let me out?"
How do you get in?
here in the first place?
I was just here.
Okay.
I'm not really
I
sure if
open
I'm
the door.
supposed to be summoned back or not now. This is a bit awkward for me.
I'm just gonna open the door to my quarters and let him out, but I'm gonna still crawl out of the porthole in my room.
All right, thanks. Hey, Tira, you go down the over to the ship, and yeah, the guard captain is there, and he's just flanked by 4 guards, and he just goes, "Here to take you in for questioning."
Just me?
Just you for now.
I look back at, or is Anlith and the others like out with me, or just me?
I imagine you've
I
all woke
come
up by
out.
now.
If you're perceptive enough, I think you see a pair of frog eyes, like just peering up from the bow.
I look over to you guys and I just nod, like kind of on the sly.
Yeah.
If you insist, Captain.
I am insisting.
And I make my way down.
A goat just sort of like runs past you on the way down.
Fuck, is that a goat?
The goat go.
Yeah, you are led into town. You are led to the jail, and you just sort of like the captain gestures for you to take a seat across from his desk.
I sit down without fuss.
All right. Why don't you start by telling me what you were doing here in town to begin with?
I told you I have an archaeologist in my crew, and we were here on an archaeological journey.
So, you're here seeking archaeology. Where'd you come from?
Okay, so here's the problem. Finn doesn't remember the cover story.
Roll. You never recover story.
It was a
That's
couple weeks
a
ago now.
deception.
But no, like me personally, Finn doesn't remember the cover story.
Yeah. Just,
feel like
just,
I feel like Atira would.
yeah. Oh, and I'm just saying, since it's a long rest, just assume I handed out the inspiration die to each of you.
You can roll
Okay.
a deception for me.
Wait, I rolled deception?
Yeah. Did you want the
For-
you're doing a phony cover story,
But the archaeology thing wasn't a lie.
but this next part
Entirely.
is.
So you're not
Okay.
telling the whole truth.
Okay, do we have the map? I'm just trying to remember where we are.
Atera tries to figure out a lie. Atera just goes, well,
Well,
we
you
killed
know,
the god and we fell from the sky. Oh shit, that's not a lie.
well, that's just what happened.
You are here.
All right,
You
let's-
were here, and then you went boop, 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 went to space, landed here, and went boop, boop, boop.
Okay, but like, okay, so what I know these waters very
Honestly,
well.
you're better off just lying because nobody's gonna believe the truth.
The
Trying to roleplay, guys.
Kingdom of Utan, one
Okay,
of
we're
the
in Utan.
3 kingdoms.
Mhm. There was a specific island we came from before that I said. I'm trying to remember what it was.
I think you guys
Hurry
said,
up, pull up the VOD. The VOD's posted.
yeah, pull up the
I'm not
VOD.
gonna comb through the VOD in the middle of an interrogation. Also, did you not upload that one, or did you upload that one?
1 second, I have
I'll
shadow
upload it.
play on my own memories.
That's basically what.
That's just what a
basically
photographic
what
memory is.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just shadow play.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm tempted to just hit you with a disadvantage on a deception here.
Okay, fine.
I might do
We
it.
came from. God damn it! I just don't have any names, Sheeper. That's it.
A tier for Gar.
That's all. That's the only problem is I don't have names.
Just bullshit an island,
Just-
you know?
Maybe luck check? I don't fucking know.
Okay.
Just do
I
a
guess we just
deception roll, and if you like make a convincing enough sounding island, then boom.
All right. 11 deception. Wait, at disadvantage?
Yeah.
You use. You know what
Yeah,
to
okay.
use.
Okay, it's still 11. I will use my inspiration. What is that? Amleth?
D8.
A D8? Okay. 16.
Okay, yeah, you just give him some sort of like bullshit little island, and he's just like, notes that down.
We'll say. My brain keeps going Rogueport, but that's Mario.
Rogue Port. That sounds like a place that could exist, though.
It does.
There you go.
Fuck it, Rogueport.
Hey,
Theater City.
he jots that down. It's like, dangerous waters, dangerous waters.
Indeed.
How'd you hear about the site near here?
The archaeologist in my crew is part of the guild. Got the letter.
And that letter would be...
Same one all the other archaeologists got, talking about the ruins up in the hill.
You didn't read it or go over it at all?
Wasn't my business.
You are the captain of the ship.
I am, all I knew, but she told me the island, and that's where we went.
Sounds like you're not the captain of your ship.
I'm a captain. I just value my crew's input.
I think you're a pilot. With
A
respect.
pilot?
I don't believe the captaincy of my vessel is under question here, Captain.
No. So, let's talk about the sergeant. Was he dead when you arrived?
No, he wasn't.
So you killed him sometime later?
We didn't kill him.
Okay. And how didn't you kill him?
We were inside the ruins at the time. He was alive when we got there. We chatted with him, had a nice conversation. Taught him how to better do his makeup for camouflage because he was weirdly obsessed with that. Went into the ruins, did our thing, came back out. He was dead.
Alright, so that camouflage was the weird shit on his face.
Yes,
Alright, he looked like a bush.
he did look like a bush.
Alright. So, I'm to believe that 4 of you went into these ruins, and then the guard suddenly was dead.
Suddenly, just that we didn't do it.
Alright. And that is your whole truth.
That is the whole truth and nothing but the truth, Captain.
Have you any blades on you?
I have my cutlass.
Have you any other blades on you?
Oh, my dagger.
Or take a look at that.
You may.
He brings out a tape measure. Just runs it over it, measures the width of it, and is like, alright. Well, you can get back to your ship now. Would you call the grung over for us? Mr. Galeen, was it?
I can do that for you.
Thank you muchly.
All right, I head back to the ship.
Alrighty.
Clean.
Glean.
You know what? Anlith might step in here. Anlith's like, listen, we all know who's, out of everyone here, who's the most suspect. Why don't you get me out of the way first?
Do we know who's the most
Or
suspect
second?
here?
Anlith does. She's the only other sea elf.
No, I don't want to. If we do anything
Okay.
if we do anything weird to like throw the investigation off, it's gonna look even more suspicious.
Fine, I'll wait.
Glean, remember the cover story we said when they searched us before?
I got this.
Just play it cool. Don't try to antagonize him.
I'm just going to like point at Glenn and be like, I believe in you.
Yeah, you head on in.
Being inspired.
Your second time being here, Glean. You guys can feel free to do anything else while these investigations are ongoing.
Do I know where the body is?
It was brought to the guard's place. They have it there, apparently.
Something funny's going on. Here.
Glean is smoking up right now, just in his chair.
All right.
The,
Y'all stay here and wait for your turns to be interviewed. I'm gonna go do my own little investigation.
the captain nods at you, and then he starts immediately just on the questions, like, what's purpose of your visit?
Takes just big giant puff of smoke into his face. I do not recognize the legal authority of any governing bodies on the material plane.
What the fuck did I just say?
Alright. Will you recognize the fact I am asking you a question right now?
He pulls out his papers as a bounty hunter for the Feywild. These papers give me legal immunity in any sort of questionings along the lines of an investigation.
Uh-huh. Do you know how suspicious this makes you a lot now? Your captain said you were archaeologists. And now you're telling me you're a bounty hunter and trying to
I know,
say
but-
that you don't have to answer any of my questions.
I'm just gonna stare at him and smile.
He's just trying to twist words around.
Yeah. Typical cop shit.
Yeah.
You know, you not answering my questions does make you more suspicious.
I'm gonna do an intimidation check and call his legal bluff. At this point, we're just playing basically, yeah, we're basically playing legal chess.
Not guilty. Why
Not
you
the
have to go for guilty?
intimidation. Not the intimidation.
I got a 17.
Ah.
Let's see here. He backs down a bit and he's like, look, just trying to find out who killed a good sergeant, alright? And the more information I've got, the easier it is for me to help find out who did it. If you are as innocent as your crew is saying that you are, the more that you tell me will help prove that. Alright then. That's it then? Well,
Am I being detained?
do call the Cancun next for us, will you?
I love Libertarian Glean.
Sovereign
Am I free to
citizen
go?
Glean. I'm gonna break his windows.
No, that's not sovereign citizenship. Actually, you know what? I guess it is.
You are free to go, and do us a favor and do call Clink.
I'm
My name is
gonna look at Clink as I walk out, and I just give her finger guns.
You know
I
what?
assume that means me next.
I got him.
You've doomed us all.
Amnet is busy gathering up all her official papers,
Yeah, you get called
including
in.
the receipt from the Postal Guild.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Clink just walks in.
Don't worry, I'll aim to
Sits
make this
down.
fast. What's the purpose of your
I have
visit
the-
to the island?
For me, nothing.
Nothing at all?
Merchant moving around.
Merchant
I'm on the
moving
same
around.
ship. On the same ship as my captain, and we have an archaeologist and the druid who was on I believe he said spiritual pilgrimage of some kind, but I don't know. It's druid stuff.
Thank
Kind
you
of,
for cheering.
That's not my kind of magics.
The kind of spiritual journey that involves bounty hunting.
I don't know if he's a
Wait,
bounty
does
hunter or
Clink-
not.
Yeah,
He-
Clink doesn't know.
I've never spoken to him about his past. He's never spoken about mine. We let each other live. I have saved his life. He has saved mine.
Alright, fair enough, fair enough. What island did you say that you came from again?
Me originally.
No, before you arrived here.
I don't know actually. What was that one called? We've been to many islands.
Was it Zephyr Isle? I think that's what your captain said.
What was that?
Wait.
Sorry.
Zephyr Isle, that's what your captain said, wasn't it?
No, it was Oh no, that definitely not it. Rogue, Rogue Bay or something? I'm not sure.
All right.
Recently had a weird curse lifted on me. My memory is not as good as Kenku normally is, so I must apologize.
Do you have any blades on you that are about 2 centimeters?
2 centimeters wide or long?
Width.
Nope, just long knife and long sword.
All right.
Only about inch wide.
Yeah. Just to double check, you did in fact see the sergeant alive.
Yes, we got there. He was camouflaged badly. What one of my the things I do as a merchant is I have sold makeup before, so I'm quite good at helping. So I painted his face to make himself look more like a bush, in the hopes that it might help him. I'm sad that it didn't.
You represent a merchant guild, or are you independent?
Oh, independent.
All right. Oh, that'll be all.
Okay, and I do apologize if the grung insulted.
No, he just sort of stared at
I
me.
know. Oh, he does that. He does that a lot.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why. Would you like me to call in last member?
Yes, please.
Where is this being held at?
It's just the guards' barracks.
The guards' barracks.
Yeah, he's got like a fucking like desk out front, behind him. He's got like a cell.
Can I druid craft some like English grapevine onto the wall that just says the words "fuck cops"?
Jeez. All right.
Getting a bit meta now.
It's got a 30-foot range on it.
Before the guards come back, I'm going to cast Comprehend Languages on myself so I can speak in Thieves' Cant. I'm going to say to Terra's like,
Can you?
what island?
I don't know
Thieves'
if
Cant
it
is
works.
language.
I don't
Isn't
know
it?
if
Thieves'
no,
Cant
Thieves' Cant
is
is
like
it's
also a
gang
sign
symbols.
language. It's sign language.
Thieves'
And being
Cant,
able to
what the
like,
fuck?
Thieves' Cant is like for those in the know, isn't it?
You can speak Morse code.
It's basically it's like being able to like subtly put things into a normal sentence that only someone else who understands will know, and also there's sign language involved.
Okay,
It's like
it
saying
only
I can understand druid druid language by using it, which I don't think works either.
I'm
I do
looking
not-
at
you're right.
the hand shapes that you make in Thieves' Cant, and I don't know how the fuck you're supposed to make some of these.
It does not work. Never mind. I guess that action's being absorbed. I guess I'll just silently whisper and say,
I'm also gone.
"Oh, I thought."
Yeah, he went off
Alright.
to. Hey, Tim fucked
Alright.
off to go and do something else.
Alright, I'm brainless. Alright, let's get the interview done. I have all my papers.
As we actually no, I'm going to be careful. I'm not going to cast message in case they do have some kind of magic detection thing.
Mhm.
Clink is used to dealing with the law.
Yeah, you coming in, he sort of like gestures to the seat and just sort of mumbles, "Won't take long." Just like gets out another piece of parchment, dips a quill in. It's like, purpose of your visit to this island?
Archaeology.
Island that you hailed from before this?
We've made multiple stops. If it's not important to me, I don't really leave the ship.
Alright, but you at least remember the name of the port that you last stopped at.
The last port we got off at was the Allen Island.
Is that so?
And you can see. Yes, there was an auction there, and I was sent by the archaeologists as on a part of a solo mission. I have the receipts here.
Allen Island, the den of the Grey Pirates, eh?
Yes.
Right, oh, right, oh. Alrighty. And, after that, I believe your captain said you made a couple stops at a, Whiskey Isle up north, was it? On the way down?
Never heard of a island like that.
No? Okay. Well, your captain claims that you stopped at was all?
My personal relationship with the captain is I'm simply buying it as transportation from place to place.
Ah, I see. So, alright then. So the captain's a taxi service.
Sort of.
Heard about us? Alright. Is there anything else you think is important to tell me at this point in time?
No, but I did go ahead and make some copies of this paperwork. Just my certification, the letter about this specific archaeological dig, and my receipts I've made with the Postal Guild.
Well, that at least leaves a big old paper trail for me to follow up on. Alright, you're free to go for now.
Okay. Oh, free to go? Okay.
Yep.
I'll be sure to tell the captain that. I'm going to slink out. I'm not going to listen to another word.
Your interrogation's over. What are we all doing, crew?
So during the interrogations, I wanted to be sneaking around because I want to get a look at the body as well as the autopsy report.
Okay. You're sneaking around like the back of the building?
Yeah, back of the building, try to find an extra way in.
Okay. There is a shut door at the back. And it's got a little padlock on it.
Okay, I'm gonna try to pick that.
Alright, let's see.
May the spirit of Clink guide you.
Spirit of Bird be with you.
And
We only got 20 minutes of sleep, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
go
it's
back
that
to
count.
bed.
Yep, be
You'll
going back
find
to
like
the,
a
tower.
pretty soft like flower bed in town and just fall asleep in it.
I'm going to put my papers back. Since Atera's not here, I'm going to tell Clink. I'm going to be. The guard technically told us we were free to go. His words. I only take that literally. If someone happens to ask, I trust you can make a adequate cover for me. I'm going to go explore the waters.
Okay. Boy, we're gonna drag Glean with you.
Glean's sleeping. When Glean wakes up, tell him to come after me. If I'm not
I'll
back
go with
by
you.
then. You're asleep.
Can I? All right.
Okay, fine. You wake up. Yes, Glean. I need your help.
The case.
Alright. So I'm... Oh shit, that was a wizard spell. I don't have it anymore. I guess, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. We're going to be searching for some kind of nearby hiding spot, nook or cranny, that a sea elf could use.
The ocean's floor is a big fucking place.
Yeah, but we have like the shoreline and possibly any features.
Okay. You guys can roll me some investigations. How did the luck picking go?
Let's see. Oh fuck, not well. Sleight of hand.
Yeah.
13. I have a plus 10 on that. Jesus Christ.
That clicks into place. You almost get the lock pick sort of like wedged in there. Feel some real strain on it, but you manage to like click the lock open.
Nice. I'm going to stealth my way into the into the building.
Inside.
What dice do I roll for advantage? Sorry. Or not advantage, what is it? Whatever ambush
1d8.
is. 1d8.
But no, as you sort of like head on in, you find a sort of like back storage room where they've got like a table laid out. There's a lot of dried blood on the table, and it's sort of like mostly stained red. Aside next to it, there's like a couple of like scientific sort of like implements, I suppose. They look like smart tools for a smart person to use. And yeah, the body of the man you met is dead upon the table.
Okay. I take a look at the wound in question.
Yeah, you look for a wound in question. However, his entire chest is coated in puncture wounds.
Okay. How big?
They are very sort of like small wounds, but there's like at least like over 20 of these damn things.
Damn, that's a lot of stab wounds.
You walk through London.
I'm gonna pull out my dagger and compare it to the punctures.
Your dagger is like just like 2 centimeters wider.
Okay, so it's not. Okay, so that didn't implicate me then. What about my cutlass?
Your cutlass is a lot wider.
I figured. Okay. I want to try to see where I can, if I can find where they keep records. I want to find the autopsy report.
There is a piece of paper practically just next to the body.
Oh, that's handy.
And it's just sort of like general notes. Private was stabbed 23 times in the chest, ribs, belly area.
I thought it
One
was a sergeant.
wound. Was it sergeant? Sergeant. One wound was directly on the heart. There are a lot of wounds centered around the heart. Looks like perpetrator was mainly attacking towards the heart, but felt the need to keep stabbing regardless.
Crime of passion.
I was gonna say a lot of hate behind that then.
Yeah.
Recommend that his medals, his sword, and helmet be sent home to his family. And we should send his body home along with him for burial.
Well, that doesn't tell me that much. That's better than nothing, I guess. Other than clearly there's a lot of emotion behind this. Well, knowing what I know, do I know how big Clink's blades are?
I would say you've probably not ever sort of compared.
I don't forget. I got the exact same dagger,
Oh yeah, you do.
or at least something very, very, very similar dagger.
Yeah, I forgot you got one.
Of that weird crystal stuff. That's what my dagger is. And
Right, yeah.
I don't know if you saw the sword. Those are the only 2 blades that Clink has.
He didn't even ask for Anlet's blade.
I think it's
Or
known that you.
blades.
I was gonna say I don't think it's known if you have a blade.
I do have the fake.
We
coward
know
sword
that
on.
We know.
Yeah.
and Andlith has been walking around with a very prominent sword displayed on the hip on purpose, trying to draw attention.
Ah.
They probably noticed.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But then again, that might be that they've noticed it and gone, well, okay, that's way too big of a sword for what we're looking for.
True.
I just didn't ask.
Yeah, I think they probably figured out that it's a dagger, not a sword, that did it. So that's why they didn't ask to see my cutlass either.
I mean, from the
Okay.
sounds of it sounds more like a stiletto than a dagger.
Oh, he got stepped on to death.
Yep,
Oh, that's sneaky.
he got domed to death.
Or your investigation
What a way to
rolls.
go. investigation
Force femme to
rolls?
death.
Or is this just
Investigational?
Patera?
Yeah.
Or is this...
No, I mean for you guys under the sea.
Oh,
Okay.
got it.
Under the sea.
investigate-
So I got with inspiration I got an 18.
Okay.
Alright, 5... Okay, I'm gonna use my inspiration die as well. Okay. So that's a dirty 20.
All right, you guys get pretty sort of like far out, and you're about to sort of like call it as not having found anything, until you spot like really far out. There's just like it's a very fresh looking sunken little boat. It doesn't have like any
Is this
like
the boat
sea
I
life
recognize?
crawling over it. It looks like a rowboat.
Here we go.
Okay. Alright, let's approach it.
Bing, bing, bing.
I approached the rowboat.
Yeah, you approach it. It is
Think yeah.
there are multiple sort of like holes in the bottom of it.
Okay. Dude, what side did the holes come out of? Are they internal or external?
They were pierced from within, it looks like.
This has me worried, Glean. But she still has unfinished business, so why is she... Maybe she knows we're on the trail, but we haven't seen a sign of her.
Is there a fish nearby?
There's always a fish nearby. You're underwater.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals and get that fish's attention.
Oh, it's Aquaman.
The fish just like swims over, but like not that
Hello.
close. And it's just like, hey, how's it going?
Hey, were you in this area swimming around recently?
No, but I know my brother over there was. Hey, brother, come over here. And like another fish swims over.
Glean.
I like
if
to
you
imagine
need to-
it's like the giant groupers or something. What's up?
Glean, if you need to, you can convince the fish by telling them that the fanatics really like krakens and squids. So that's a good point.
Wow, I don't understand the
fish want
word
to
that your
be eaten by
friend is
kraken
saying.
or squid.
That's really weird.
They're talking about like krakens and squids and how the people, the
Oh, those
person
are
we're looking for
horrible.
likes. Yeah, they like him, and we're trying to look for. Yeah, he's a bad seed. We gotta take care of him.
Oh, so that was this like big metal fish.
Clink.
There was this big metal fish, and it came on over, and then like this person who was on this boat got in that metal fish, and then it flew off.
What direction?
Sort of like swims out towards the ocean. Just like, that way.
Big metal fish. Does this sound? Oh well, I guess I don't
It's
hear
a
this stuff.
submarine.
Submarine. Wait a second. Fanatics don't like submarines. That's technological. Have I been wrong this whole time? But why would a technological outcast murder like this and be a spy?
Hey, have you seen any shrimp?
He's shrimp?
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Have you checked the seafloor?
That's a great idea. And it swims off.
Cheers, man.
Bye-bye.
He could get eaten by a shark.
Mhm.
Right. So the fish told me that the boat stopped here, and a giant metal fish, which I'm going to assume was a submarine, came, and she climbed inside of it, and they went off into the open ocean.
That's... I think it might not be a fanatic then. That's... No fanatic likes technology like that. That's a sign of the technological. Beep. Your taxes pay for their sword. You just take those. Yep. So, can I try to think of, like, what the technologists are doing? What's their current, like, fourth era?
They're like very, very currently, they are still sort of like keeping up their old traditions, which are just essentially hunting sea monsters. There is one base for the technologists, and they've built it basically inside of the shell of a massive ancient crab that's just dead on the seafloor.
Or living reef. Or
Yeah.
I guess in this case, not living.
Stuff that grows on it is probably living.
It is a
Like, you're not
place
going
that they
straight to
have
dirt.
learned to
Self-living.
anytime they're under attack, they basically just like sink it, so it's just the shell on the outside, so they basically can't get like hurt.
But why? Why would technological CLs like to keep to themselves? They're even more reclusive than are. Why do they? I'm going to try to piece things together in my brain. I'm going to. I almost. Nah. So I'm trying to piece together why is technological CLs interested in this archaeology dig? I mean, I'm fairly certain it's between traditionalists and fanatics.
You want to try and like rationalize it?
Yeah.
You can roll like a wisdom.
Okay. That's good wisdom. That's a
Clint is
plus
just
one.
swimming
Oh,
around.
17. I'm talking. Yeah. I'm just talking, and I'm kind of like looking for clean advice, but I also don't care if he answers or not.
Just making small talk with the fish while the spell is still active.
Yeah.
Between the technologists, traditionalists, and fanatics, none of what's happened here fits any profile that you have. There is vicious murder, followed by quietly trying to, like, poison an entire town, followed by quietly trying to slip out of that town, and then into a submarine. In your mind, you're like fully sure that the fanatics would have been more violent and not bothered covering their steps. The traditionalists would have no reason to do this, and the technologists, again, keep to themselves.
I have to ask my. See, Analyth is okay. So how I'm rationalizing it is that how in common doesn't have the same like words that Aquin does. So Analyth does have two moms, but in common she refers to her sea elf mom as father for the time being.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be like the only other sea elves I can go directly to would be my father and the village there. I'm always just like, go Gling. Do you think we should even bother bringing back the boat?
No, don't bring it.
You're right. I guess we're returning.
Alrighty.
How long is the spell effect of talk to animals, by the way?
It might be an hour. Let me double check.
Does Anlith have like
Right
a
here.
family symbol?
We can talk about it.
Okay, we can talk about it later. Okay.
Double check. Oh, it's 10 minutes.
So, just as you're starting to leave, this fish just sort of like looks up at you with its big fish eyes and is like, "Hey, are you people friends with big, like, metal fish?"
No.
No. I swear
I wouldn't say we're...
I saw
I
one of
wouldn't
you
say we're
green guys
enemies.
in its eyes.
What?
You were green and you were in the eye. Right?
They looked like me.
In the eye. Of this big fish.
I'm swimming up to it.
What direction did it go to?
It was like that away, and it just like gestures off towards like the west. And then, like, down.
And down.
Uh-huh.
You're a good fish. I do that thing that that one diver did with the pufferfish, and they just like gently squeeze it and like pat it.
At the fish.
Wow, no one's ever said that to me before.
Okay, goodbye.
Okay, bye now.
You look like you learned some news.
There was another groan.
And let me guess, you wish to go after it, just the two of us?
I'm not sure yet. They said that they went west and down, so
You're up for the journey. It's not like we can take a tear and clink down with us currently.
unless we make
Unless-
a diving bell.
I think time is of the essence, so I'll let you make the decision. What?
Cool. Let's do that.
Okay. Body split adventure. Cause we didn't learn underwater breathing yet.
We didn't learn how to breathe.
You're,
That's totally next level though. I'm totally getting it this time.
you're heading on west and down.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I'm all right. What's the land party doing?
Sleeping.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I'm still in the. To my knowledge, I'm still inside the morgue.
Yeah, was there anything else you wanted to check out in the morgue?
I don't think so. I mean, I got the autopsy. I checked out the body myself. I don't know if there's anything else I can really do with that information, but I don't know. I'm lacking information to even know what to look for. So
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's that. I'm gonna try to exfiltrate now.
You head back out, and luckily there's no one in like the back of this building or anything.
All right then. Well, back to the ship then.
Alrighty. You gonna sleep when you get back to?
Yeah, because EP.
Anlinth and Glean, you head west and down. The seafloor gets deeper and deeper. You see all kinds of fucking weird fish. And it is just getting darker down there. It's not really a problem for you guys though, is it?
Depends. I have dark vision. Glean doesn't, but Glean just glows in the dark.
I do glow in the dark. I also want to go as far as to say, I think Andlith is definitely okay being a sea elf, but me being a grown, like, sure I can breathe in the water, but I'm not sure I as a frog person am accustomed to these pressures.
Oh, you don't have like a death bladder? Or whatever the fuck is called, a swim bladder?
Well, when you think about it, if I'm like accustomed to like a swampy place, like I don't imagine I'd be so so used to being so deep.
And how do centaurs work?
How does
How do-
centaurs
what?
work?
I'm not gonna get to it again. I'm not.
Alright,
That was out of left field. Maybe I just got like I'm moving a little slower. It's taking a
I
little bit
think-
more effort.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure smaller fish the pressure has a less impact on them.
No.
No. Okay, thank you,
I think
biology.
It's
I think
basically
we're
a-
being too realistic about this shit.
Yeah, if you're going realistic, I think for every 100 meters you go down, it's like an extra atmosphere worth of pressure.
Okay.
So
So making Glean
if
bigger
we're
or
be-
smaller won't help.
yeah, if we're being realistic, Glean is probably going to get the bends on the way up, but
Probably
we're not being
Alright.
realistic.
Yeah, let's just
Alright.
go. Let's
Glean
just
is
go.
going to
I was
become
overthinking
Glean is
it.
Glean is going to become that picture of the blobfish that everyone thinks is what they
Uh,
actually look like.
Glean, you're going to be careful and come up slowly. You
Yeah.
look like a newborn. Oh, I don't know how to say that exactly.
just keep going. Let's just steamroll past this.
He's
Yeah.
like, oh, no one's said for that for years.
We're moving on. We're moving on.
Do it live.
Fucking thing sucks.
Alright.
You keep on passing down through the underwater current. There's
Hopefully Glean doesn't get us attacked.
you guys are pretty far out now
Okay.
from land. Like you've gone a decent way. And roll me some perception there since you're looking out for stuff.
Perceptions. Oh, that's a nat 20.
14.
A nat 20.
Yeah.
There is a group of fish nearby, and you almost give them no mind because of the way they're sort of just like swimming around and stuff. Until you notice that they're all surrounding just like a limb.
What kind of limb?
As you get closer to investigate, the little fish all sort of like try backing up, but still trying to like take sort of like nips at it. It's a blue limb.
Okay. Is it like a crustacean? Is it like a cephalopod?
It's like your hand almost.
Oh,
It's like
it's an mammal.
it's like
Like
it's
whale?
like a bit of a sea elf.
Okay. I guess I have to dig her up.
It's you think you're about to dig up like a body under the sort of like seabed floor, but when you like try pulling at the arm, it just comes free. It is
Oh.
severed.
Is there any more parts of her around? Oh my god, the
The casual way you ask that. Little parts.
yeah. Now I know like there's fish are like kind of circling parts unless it's already been eaten. Does this look like Meryl's hand, or does this look like someone else's arm?
It's very hard to recognize
Arm,
hands.
Yeah.
And your hand hook corridor.
You guys can have an investigation if you want to look for part.
Hmm.
For parts.
Yeah.
All right, that's a 15.
8.
With your joint effort combined, you find a leg. Both are
Did they
slightly
dismember
nibbled.
this bitch?
Glean, you know Grung more than I do. Is this... You ever heard of Grungs using submarines? And...
Submarines, no. Extreme displays of violence and brutalism, yes.
Are Grung above lying and making a false investigation, like a false symbol?
I think we would be smart enough to do that. Or actually, let me rephrase that. I don't think we'd be clever enough to do that.
So we have a sea elf symbol, but killed by a Grung. And we can't even do anything with these body parts. What the?
No, we can! We can!
You can?
Yes! She hasn't been dead for more than 10 days. I can resurrect her.
Oh my God, Glean, you're a genius. All right, let's gather as much parts as possible and be ready to fight off any bigger fish that come along looking for a meal.
You looking for other parts?
Yeah.
No, I don't need more parts. I just need a piece of her.
Oh. I thought you needed.
I'm telling you, I'm basically that one cult of the Dark Eldar.
Okay.
As long as I have a piece of her, I can bring her back.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna
Do I
cast
have this-
reincarnate on her.
Above the ship, on the ship. Oh.
Note to self:
Yo,
make sure that Green always
underwater?
has a feather on it at all points.
Wait, no, yeah, let's bring her back to the ship, then I'll cast reincarnate.
All right. Be careful when you come up. You look like. You don't
Is
have
this a spell that has components, by the way?
Yeah, I understand. Give me 1 second. I do have enough gold for it.
Oh my god.
I can actually conceivably do this. Okay, we don't run into any issues reaching the ship, do we?
Uh,
I have my trident out and ready to poke at any sharks or tunas or swordfish.
some fish come close, but you guys are bigger, so they back off.
Bigger fish.
There's
I'm just
always a
reading
big
the spell. I think we talked about like components and stuff. But like some spells like reincarnate, it would be a little bit strange if we made it like constant that you're able to cast it.
Yeah.
So I will just
So
accept
I
the
do-
gold.
Yeah, I will do that.
Yeah.
I'll like
It's kind of like offering money to the ferryman almost.
yeah, more or less, yeah. Yeah. Does I wonder if Clink and or Atira have anything to say about me just bringing a severed limb onto the boat?
I don't think Tira cares.
No. Just let's be quiet. Let's not alert the guards.
I'm gonna go into the mess room and just lay the leg on the table.
Oh dear heavens! Why couldn't
Clink
you just
probably
do
just-
it on the beach?
Clink probably just makes a casual joke of like, I know you get legless, but you don't have to go and get an extra leg just in case.
Yeah, we couldn't find a heart. Sorry.
Mock all you want. And hey, I know I've said this a lot, but do you want to see something cool?
I want to see anything at this point. Nothing.
Atira's like, yes, please show me something cool.
Nothing
Alright.
you can do will be more frustrating than what I've had to deal with so far.
I'm going to cast reincarnate on this individual. So the magic fashions a new body for that creature to inhabit, which likely causes that creature's race to change. I don't roll it. The DM rolls a D100.
Yes, I did.
What do you get, Mr. DM?
So, this transmutation somehow, not necromancy, this transmutation spell swirls around. There's like a fucking rip in reality for a second before his soul is just sucked into the body of a brand new created high elf before you. And they just
Oh my
gasp
god,
out.
they're functionally immortal!
They just gasp out into their new lungs as you bring them back.
Alright.
And you just
Holy
look
shit,
around.
it actually worked.
I'm going to hold their hand and have them focus on me.
How long was
Are
I dead?
you Meryl?
What?
Not too long. We found your limbs and they still were mostly uneaten.
Oh, this
Are
is
you
a coincidence. What? Huh?
Is your name Meryl?
Oh, we've met.
Yes, we have.
Oh, this is clever. Very clever of you. Ah,
You
All
can't
right.
breathe underwater anymore. And Clink carries on,
Yeah.
just chilling in the corner.
she just folds her arms and is just like, okay.
I
What
just
do you
brought
know?
Someone back to life. My hands are shaking.
Well, at first we thought you were a fanatic, but that was swiftly dismissed. But you are a spy of some sort, are you not? With we're guessing the technologicals?
Nope.
Nope. But you are working with Grung and their submarine.
Speaking of which,
I understand
Yeah,
your
it's this
people
one
have a
personally
contentious
interested.
history. But don't worry, the ones that I worked with were very professional. They carved me up very neatly.
Uh-huh.
who gave
Listen.
them a submarine?
This is where it gets tricky, and I really shouldn't tell you, but they also did just carve me up and throw my pieces in the ocean to be eaten by fucking... I'm okay.
Listen.
I'm okay.
And
We
I
have-
did bring you
I
back.
can... Did you... You know what I told you about my family. Did you tell anyone else?
Of course I did.
Of course you fucking did.
Well, they had to torture it out of me first.
You know what? That makes me feel better. Just only a little bit. Was it the Grung that tortured you?
Oh no, we have a crew of a lot of people aboard. Rung, sea elves. We worked together. We worked together for a common cause. Past tense.
And what changed?
What changed is I failed my task. I was a liability. Town's still here, right? She just like peers past you. Sees people coming and going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have an archaeologist standing right here. You almost got the old archaeologist in the other ship, though. Almost.
Yeah. The archaeologists weren't what was important. We just had to keep the ruins hidden.
Well, that didn't work.
No, it didn't.
I don't even know how we're going to do this. I'm willing to cut a deal.
Get me
Actually,
wrong.
I'm going to insight check.
Tell me about.
Can I
the Grung.
insight check if she's telling the truth that it was tortured out of her?
You can do an insight check. She just goes like,
That's a nat 20.
she's telling the truth. There is a certain shakiness when she sort of recalls the torture. Like
Listen, regardless of what you may think of me as a half elf or whatever,
I don't.
even if you don't
think of
align
you.
to any. Okay.
The other day,
Whatever.
you were just like someone who appeared in town. I don't mean to sound rude or anything. No offense. I don't think of you. Okay. Okay. Listen. I'll happily
If you
tell
don't
you
want,
anything. No. I'll happily tell you anything.
No, I want a deal.
Everything you want.
I want.
I'm brokering
a
the deal. Here we go. Ready? I want rum.
Tara, can you let her have some rum?
I toss her the bottle.
She takes a massive swig and then just starts coughing, and she's like, "Oh my! Are all high elves this bad at drinking?"
Yes.
Oh, that's terrible. Gonna have to ruin his body a bit more. Listen, what I'm about to tell you will get you killed. Okay?
We've killed our way out of trouble before.
Yeah, but what I'm about to tell you is information that will, maybe not today, probably tomorrow, get you killed.
Okay.
I was once part of a band of murderers and psychopaths for the Feywild, and I told them to fuck off. Like, I'm already dead.
And we did kill a god.
Okay, well that puts you on some pretty even footing. Alright,
I guess she just believes it.
guts die all the time underwater.
I can argue with that.
She just takes like another swig, and she's just like, one sec. Okay, held it that time. Listen. I used to, this is me using the past tense now because they're assholes. I used to represent an order called the Seers. Our job is above the traditionalists, above the fanatics, above the technologicals. They think that their little rituals and stuff keep them safe. They're wrong. The only thing holding back the Kraken is us. Otherwise, it would have ate Vent Haven by now and gone on to probably start eating islands. Probably the whole sea.
It's a big kraken.
So you're telling me that despite having control of the capital, the Lich
He's not
of the
doing
fanatics
anything.
can't-
All he does is hollow traditional gestures. The Kraken has never spoke through the seer. That's just something they make up. The
Ocean
Kraken
goddess.
is contained on the other side. You've seen the other side. You've got the sword, don't you?
Yes.
I can smell it. It's got that. It's got that. It's got that.
I'm
what do you
going
call
to
it?
try to do a little deceitful. This is when my sword comes in. How well does my sword deceive her?
She leans in and sniffs it.
They just pulling swords out. I'll pull mine out.
Just mentally, you better have gotten the smell down too.
Listen, it's the moss.
It's really funny.
Smelled it, right? They poisoned all the old
Yeah.
sites. But you've seen the other side. That's the place we trapped the Kraken.
Mhm.
And the only thing keeping the Kraken trapped down there is us when we make more of that mold. And
Really, that's your only solution.
Yep,
Sylvanas created that mold.
Sylvanas made a mistake, and we've been doing really well surviving off of it.
What did you do?
Every so often, a town just has to go missing. The residents are consumed by the moss, and that essence is used on the other side to contain the Kraken.
This is the plot of Cabin in the Woods.
There are no original ideas.
You still haven't talked about the Grung.
What about the Grung? We're a secret society. Do you think we really care who gets on board? Are you kidding me? Do you think we racially discriminate? I'm not a fanatical. I already told you that.
Yeah, I figured that
Our
out. Though
family were
you,
part of the lowest
I
social
will give you a
strata.
tip for future missions. Have something personal in your living space.
What do you mean future missions? They just cut me up and threw me in the ocean.
Well, I suppose you can go and do your own thing now.
Oh yeah, sure. I'm just gonna go do my own thing. Yeah.
Or
Well, yeah, they think you're dead.
They think you're dead. You're in a
All
new
right,
body.
I guess I'll go try taxidermy or something. What is this? A high elf? Do I live forever?
I heard they live pretty
Legends
long.
say you're
Longer than
functionally
any other
immortal.
Plenty of time to get a new hobby.
Oh, that's great. Thanks.
You could be an actual fishmonger.
Nah, I really
Try
hate being a
reading.
fishmonger. Maybe.
Listen, I'm willing to cut a deal since we're a bit morally and ethically loose. You help clear our name because they think we killed the guard, and I'll let you go.
You want me to help
But
clear
that's
your
the
name?
captain's decision. Yes.
Okay, first things first. Get me some dark clothes and get me a knife.
Okay.
Just like that?
We're not done yet.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not done yet. That's just my offer. It's up to the captain if that's even acceptable.
Did you ever speak to any of the Grung?
What do you mean, like any other grung?
Any of them?
Of course we spoke. We spoke constantly.
Were any of them from, I don't know how to pronounce this, Pyria? Pyria?
I don't
The
know.
Great Citadel Kingdom?
Maybe. Like, we don't usually talk about who we were before, you know. I'll ask if I ever see them again. And then I'm gonna tell them all about you, by the way, because they will torture it out of me one way or another.
Wow, you're a bitch.
They're gonna torture me regardless.
Just be stronger, idiot.
Have
Why
you
do
been tortured?
automatically assume that they're going
Yes.
to get you.
Okay then.
I'd assume, yeah, you do your best to stay away from water.
I mean, We live in an archipelago. We live surrounded by the sea at all times.
Yeah.
I can bring you to a place where they'll never find you.
I mean, I just came from
So
a place
can
where they'll
I.
never find me.
I can send.
The bottom of the ocean torn up into pieces.
Uh-huh.
Time for nihilism, and I just spent 1,000 gold bringing you back. So please use that life for something useful.
I already said, I'm a new me.
Hypothetically.
I'm figuring out who me is right now, you know? And you guys, listen, I'm so down to give you a hand. Look, I killed that guard, and I don't feel bad about it, but I feel something about the fact that, you know, you guys brought me back and you're being framed for the murder. So I'll take care of it. Again, dark cloves, a knife. Leave it to me.
You're gonna kill the captain of the guard,
Insight
aren't you?
check.
Of course not. I was going to let you guys go to the local tavern tonight, and then I'm going to stab another guard to death, and then you'll have an alibi.
You're gonna shift the blame onto
Anlin's-
yourself.
Yeah, Anlin's mortality compass is a bit twisted, being with all the shit that's been happening the past 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Hypothetically, if the Kraken were to bite it, there'd be no need for the seers to start using mold to consume towns.
Uh-huh.
Well, we killed one god. Might as well kill another one.
Uh-huh.
We can go from God Slayer to God Slayers.
I mean, God
or
Slayers?
God Slayer. Yeah, something like
Slayer.
that.
Slayer of gods.
You know what? I'm not a writing. Well,
Off in the distant past.
I'm not
an
I'm
echo
not a literature
rings
bard.
throughout
okay?
time. The moment that the prospect of a kraken being killed is mentioned.
But the seers know my family. So that's going to be first. Do you have any idea of what they would do with a small wood elf just group outside
What do you mean?
outside the norm? We've been out. How do I put this? We're not connected to any one group. We've just mostly just refugees from, I believe, the late first, early second age.
Listen. We're not fanatics, okay? As long as your family have nothing to do with the mission that happened here, it's probably fine.
Probably. And what if it wasn't fine?
Well, then you would probably want to get home as soon as possible because they have a day's head start.
Alright. I'm down. If it gets out this quicker, I really don't care if another guard dies.
Okay. Knife, please.
Captain?
I don't love the idea of killing someone else just to clear our name, but it's quick and easy. We can get out of here tomorrow.
Alright.
Can I get a lift too?
I go to my quarters and get her some spare clothes and a knife.
She just takes them off
Would
of
it be
you.
possible if we wrap this up soon?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she just, like, pats you on the shoulder and is like, thanks a bunch. Now, make sure that you have an alibi tonight. And then I'll make sure your name is clear tomorrow.
All right, then. Let's go get a drink, crew.
Let's go get a couple.
Yeah. I feel
Hamlet
like
has
I'm-
a
Clink,
card.
gonna
Clink's
need a
going to
few.
make sure to. Clink's going to make sure to invite the scholars and the other archaeologists along with them to the pub.
Sure, why not?
Because this screams of a yes, I'm going to go and kill a guard. Totally, I'm going to go murder the fucking archaeologist that I was told to go and kill. Maybe they'll let me back in.
Ah, good call.
We'll wrap this up. But Andlet's plan was like Andlet was going to ask for Clink for invisibility, go out, wait until she stabbed a guard, and then blast her in the back of the head.
I wouldn't mind.
No
that.
loose ends.
Yeah, but then that's not going to actually save our name. It's just someone's going to be found dead, and then another person will be found dead.
It
No,
complicates
in
the
the act-
narrative, though.
No, in the act, definitely. I think Andlet would interfere so the guard doesn't immediately die.
You're
But this might change. I'm also thinking about how like the story's going to go.
you guys head to the tavern that very night, and
Okay.
do you stay in the tavern?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm getting fucked up.
Oh, I'm going to coin flip to see if Andlet wants to.
I have more. I have a couple bottles of wizard brew left, so I'm getting like magically fucked up.
Out of character, I am going to say, El, don't forget. The whole point of this is to give all of us an alibi. If you're not there, it does not give you an alibi for the murder. You're going to be the suspect still.
No, because I'm going to save the guard. But no, I rolled the coin flip, and Andlet is going to stay, and Andlet is also going to get fucked up. Because Andlet
Bro.
has a lot.
Fallen.
As the
We're drinking buddies.
as the sun sets and you guys get drunk, there is a general commotion outside.
Okay.
The news eventually reaches the tavern that a guard has been found stabbed to death.
Okay.
And is that what we're wrapping up?
Yeah, we can wrap there.
Yeah.
Do you want to do like a Constitution saving throw to see how fucked up we get, or is that going to be the start of the next session?
Let's do that at the start.
Okay.
Clink not
I
drinking
gotta
that
leave
much.
in a rather bit of a hurry.
Hi.
Okay.
That's
Bye bye,
a
Gim Gam.
that's a great way for you little pirates to end this session off.
Hello.
You just completely turned your back on an innocent person being killed.
Not the
I'm
first
chaotic
time.
neutral.
Clink-
You know what? If it's a
I'm already
guard,
the tree in his
if it's a
name. I'll say a
cop,
little prayer.
if it's a cop, you know what? That's okay. It's not an innocent person then.
I was literally ready
Maybe
to
he
fight my way out of this port. So
So was I.
Oh yeah, Clink was very much just going to drop a fireball on all the other ships, and we just fuck off.
Anlin, at the start of this journey, would not have agreed to or even brought up something like that.
See, nerd, it's working.
yay, evil crew.
I'm
Under
not
my
evil, I'm
floor.
morally gray.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
under my
prefer-
flaws, it says I hate to admit it, but I hate myself for it. But I will run and preserve my own hide if the going gets tough. Clink is all about survival.
Sometimes a guard just has to die.